Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons. Before we jump into our session tonight, we do have some announcements to get through, beginning with the first element of our sponsors tonight, which is Cash App. Sam.
Welcome back to the Finger Championship Games, brought to you by Cash App. The easiest way to send, spend, and save money, the #1 finance app in the App Store, helping you invest in stocks with as little as $1 and connect your direct deposit and get paid 2 days earlier. I'm the unfortunately named Vince McSam. And today, Liam, a.k.a. Flick Flair, is gonna fight for my honor against Marisha, a.k.a. the Finger Blaster.
That's right. Flick Flair is every woman's dream. And every finger's nightmare. She ain't got a chance against these knucks.
Oh, yeah?
Creepy.
Well, this hand is like the Highlander, because there can only be one.
Get ready for the worst manicure of your life, Blaster!
When I'm done with you, you won't even have fingerprints, Dick Flick!
It's Flick!
Okay, save it for the ring. Remember, the winner will receive twice the prize money delivered to them with the convenience of Cash App. Available in the App Store or Google Play.
Plus, when you sign up, use code CRITROLL for $15, and $10 will go to our very own Critical Role Foundation.
What is this?
But the best prize is gonna be taking you down, McSam.
Oh.
I'm gonna take that $15 you owe me and buy you a cheap-ass foam tombstone.
Okay. We'll see. Are you ready, wrestlers? Get in the ring. It'll take a while.
Here we go.
Let's get prepared to thumble! Oh, nice cuticle crush from Flick Flair. One, two. Oh, but Marisha breaks free. She delivers a glove ripper.
In the wire.
A furious nail biter. Oh, those are finger guns. Yep.
Regulation.
Flick Flair is not looking good. That's a pin. 1, 2. Palm Pilot!
What the? What?
That's a net. That's a net.
What? That's illegal! Palm Pilot?
Why don't you call the ref?
What?
Yep. Seems like fair play to me.
But that's my second nemesis, the Digital Dominator!
Sorry, Marisha. First rule of finger wrestling, expect the unexpected.
Kick out!
2, 3, it's over! What a match.
That's it. Vince, next time I'm gonna destroy you.
Really? You and what army?
Maybe it's time for you to meet the gorgeous Lady Fingers!
Oh, they are gorgeous. Is that pubic hair?
They're all natural, Sam.
Wow.
Do not finger shame.
Do their fingers have heads and we've just been bald this whole time?
Don't read that much into it. I'm gonna get you, Vince McSam.
Okay, we'll find out what happens next time. Stay tuned for that battle. Next time Cash App sponsors the show. Matt, back to you.
What is happening? All that.
Left in Albuquerque.
Good match.
Cash App.
Good match, guys. Good match.
Good match.
Indulging
Really
this
knocks
chaos.
it out of the park.
This episode is also sponsored by the release of the acclaimed RPG Octopath Traveler Champions of the Continent on iOS and Android devices. Enjoy high-quality HD, 2D pixel graphics, engaging combat, and storytelling akin to the console experience optimized for your mobile device. Choose your own adventure with 3 different storylines to start with: wealth, power, and fame. Octopath Traveler Champions of the Continent is free to download and free to play on iOS and Android devices now at bit.ly/CROctopath. Nice. Laura, you got some announcements.
I do. Yeah. We've got Clue. I have it at my house, but nobody told me tonight we were doing it.
What, you mean it's right here?
Talking
Here it is.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Guys, it's real.
No, but seriously, this is such a beautiful game.
Oh man, I have to touch it.
it.
Yeah, I was right in front of me.
Is it hovering?
No, it's sitting on the table, so you can still see me. Featuring box art by Jolene Garcia. available now from our U.S. shop or from your friendly local game store. It's available now?
I'm so excited.
Oh my God, what a...
We have to play together.
We do have a game night.
Yes.
I can't play Clue in
I
Ace.
can't.
Stay tuned for its arrival in our Canada shop. It's coming soon, you guys. I got other stuff to talk about.
Yes.
Moving on.
First of all, no, but seriously,
Come on.
I'm gonna move it so that you can see.
Yeah, I don't
There
want
you
to spill
go.
coffee.
Yep.
Uh-oh. You put it down on a cat who screamed.
A Bell's House t-shirt!
Put it on my body.
Designed by Brian Weiss, who also did our Vox Machina and our Mighty Nine shirts.
Wow.
Check it out.
Yay.
3 for 3.
Da-da-da-da.
Look at the moons.
Next up, yeah, there's details. Go check it out on the store. Second up is this RM t-shirt. By
It's real
Sven
pretty.
Mayer.
Beautiful.
That's
It's so
awesome.
beautiful. It's subtle. You got the sword and the shield with all these beautiful plants and a little little moon action.
Made with love.
Oh, I love that.
Did I say it was by Savannah Mayer? Because it is. And also, we have these ankle socks
Oh, I only wear ankle
by
socks.
Grace Barrios, and they're so cute and they're so comfy and they're so fun. You can wear
man.
them while you're working out, while you're lounging around your house,
Yes.
while you're working.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
The end.
Thank you.
Better every time.
Really good, Laura.
Pretty solid.
It's part of our.
Oh, there's more? I thought you said the end.
No, I did say the end. It's part of our Alexandria collection. Go check it out. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Still processing that we have Clue as a kid who.
I
my
no, but
goodness.
Slade, I
Clue.
seriously think we should
So
have
much.
a fun.
Yeah.
Yes, we
We
should.
should.
I'd be
We
down
should.
for that.
Yeah.
It's so pretty, y'all.
Wait, how
Okay.
many players can you have?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm really sorry.
No, we could have all of us.
Is it?
Yeah, but then what about Matt?
Fuck that guy.
That's how you start a session.
I'll see y'all later.
God. All right, we'll figure it out.
Oh no.
Okay, I think we're good. So, that being the case, I believe that concludes our announcements. Let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode. Oh.
One by one we climb until we reach the top. 2 by 2 we fall. Will we meet our end or meet our destiny? Hold your breath and roll.
How do you want to do this?
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. Who knows what will happen? He might. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. From the healer to the renegade, we all share the same goal. Adding more allies, taking more chances. Hold your breath and roll.
You can certainly try.
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. From darkness, our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
And welcome back.
Very thematic.
Last we left off, Bell's Hells trekked to the city of Bassaris in the Hellcatch Valley in search of Armand Treshy, who had escaped Drusar as a fugitive, and you were sent by Lord Eshtaros to go retrieve him to bring him to justice. While there, you made a friend named Dusk, who had a weird tangential history to Fern's family, and along with you, they traveled, and you met Birdie Calloway, upon which realizing that this individual Dusk was not who they seemed and was actually an unseelie assassin sent to wipe out the Calloway bloodline and retrieve something that your parents had stolen from the unseelie. After some tense conversation and some uncertainty of who to trust, you made a deal with the individual known as you, who was the actual individual behind Dusk, that in 30 or so days they would return, in which the crown that would no longer be necessary for what seems to be the coming apogee solstice could be returned to the unseelie, and you would be left unharmed. Now, after this arrangement had been made and they were let to leave, some quick catching up was had between you and your mother, while the rest of you took the rest of the day to gather your things and prepare for the following day's journey, in which Birdie Calloway was going to lead you to the hideout, where she and Fern's father currently reside and are building something with their seemingly long-term ally, Ira Wendigoth, Nightmare King.
Ira. Boy, howdy.
So, you gathered your single, now repaired skirmish crawler. You, after briefly leaving and forgetting, and then returning for
Oh, that's right.
your delightful new friend and ally, Hodir, you made your way out of the city to the east, tearing across the open badlands that is the Hellcatch, following her and her crawler towards this location. So, you pick up as you begin, just careening over this tattered, dry land before you. Dust and rock being thrown up behind you, the clattering sound of the large metal legs behind your crawler, just running at an incredible speed, the faint, dull purple glow of its underneath arcane engine, just kind of dotting the landscape beneath you with this bright blue light. Now, we had an arrangement with a few of you gathered, but for now we'll go ahead and continue to push forward. As you follow past outside of the city to the east, you recall that part of the race that you recently were part of, the Death Wish Run, dove into a ravine. And about 30 or 40 minutes out of the city, the edge of that ravine begins to come around. And you recall when you were arriving towards the city of Bassaris that it was sitting at the top of a wide mesa in which a majority of the ravine itself carved around. And from a distance, it looks like you are quickly coming upon a cliff edge. But as you...
But Birdie seems to know where she's going.
Birdie's still careening.
Okay.
Like straight forward?
Yeah, straight towards the cliff.
What are we doing?
Oh, don't worry, there's bridges around here.
But I don't see one where you're going at a very fast speed.
She looks over her shoulder, taking her eyes off the road for a second, and goggles still on her face. Do you trust me?
I don't know.
Good.
Okay.
And just like picks up the pace, legs now, digging it even harder as those of you are falling behind, more dirt and clods being thrown up. You can see the rough elements of scattered brush and dry plant life that calls the area home are being knocked and pulled out of the ground, roots flying as the crawler itself begins to push harder forward as you come towards the edge where you can see a lot of the cliffside brush kind of setting up and decorating the edge. You can see large rocky pillars and what looks to be the beginning of an intense, wide caravan bridge that is only visible right as you get to the edge of the cliff. Glancing down, you can see it's about 20 feet wide and has long slats of thick, hard, sun-dried and sun-bleached wood that has been reinforced with elements of iron and chain. And as soon as you hit it, there's a heavy clattering sound, and you watch as the impact causes the bridge ahead to just ripple with the sudden addition of your two-part caravan onto the space, and it droops down over the ravine like a long-drawn cloth as you begin to kind of head downward at an odd angle towards this bridge, which you can see just seems to almost infinitely curl up into the opposite side of the ravine where it seems to attach on the opposite
I throw
end.
up in my mouth a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, those ripples, they come back too.
I start getting a little
Which,
I'm glad I'm on another car. We're dragging behind Ashton's, right?
correct, yeah. It's Lawton and you are on Ashton's.
A wagon of some sort.
And
Busted
behind
up
you
wagon.
holding is the little goblin Hondo who's just like clutching one of the pieces of metal with his eyes closed going but as you continue downward, Birdie kind of goes, "Hey, Bird, look over the edge," and kind of pulls up to the side of the bridge, maybe getting about 2 feet from the end point. And there is like a bit of a guardrail, but you can see there's a bunch of scrape marks. You can see parts of it are busted inward, where some people you can see just careened off the edge for some reason in the past and never got repaired. But as you look over, it is a multi-100-foot drop into this beautiful, tight gorge that down below in this space, you can see there's like a tiny little river winding through that you didn't notice in the middle of the dust storm on this side of the ravine while you were going through. Oh, actually, you didn't notice at all because you weren't part of the race. Not part of the race, at least. But looking down, you can see a lot of the monsoon rains, for as long as they last, tend to drain down into these ravines. And there's like specks of green and little elements of growth beyond just the scrub brush that encompasses the majority of the valley. And it's like these beautiful little dots of oasis that kind of go through and behind. And you can see hundreds of various desert birds that are perched up in layers and layers of heavy nests that are kind of dotting the rising wall of the far side of the ravine, the cliff sides and such. And then down below you can see dust being caught up by what looks like other creatures that are kind of running in a pack through the base of the ravine. It's this beautiful little snapshot of nature, unexpected amongst the rough and tumble experiences you've had so far in the Hellcatch. But as you kind of glance over, Birdie kind of looks over her shoulder again at you and says, "See, there's beauty to be found in the most unlikely of places."
I can see that. This is lovely.
She's kind of just looking at you and smiling over her shoulder as the opposite side of the bridge begins to come back from the impact. Oh no! And then it hits and you like leave the bridge for a second. She quickly like, "Oh shit!" turns around and grabs it.
Do the legs automatically do like a ski jump pose when they hit air?
Yeah, they do. They full on like they glean the fuck out of that cube.
Orem riding FCG just sort of kicks his wheel up to the side.
Lorna just goes, "Oh, my tailbone!"
Undergoes for some Christ air points. Impacting, and the bridge kind of shakes back and forth a bit. The wind is not terribly strong at the moment, but it is, the bridge does shift naturally on its own and kind of creak a bit. But now with this heavy movement through here, it's starting to like clatter and shift a little bit from the impact. And at certain points, you start to really kind of get a sense of hoping that it's pretty sturdy. You do see one, what looks like on the opposite side, another singular skirmish crawler is now kind of careening down on the opposite side and heading in your direction.
Oh. One shared lane?
It's about 20 feet, so you can
Get by.
pass.
Cool. High speed.
Are we destroying this one?
I'm gonna keep steering into the corner of wherever they're coming from just to make it awkward.
Just gonna challenge him the whole way.
Little chicken.
Okay. Okay.
Not for long.
Well, but Birdie kind of pulls off to the right side to leave space, and as they kind of move over to make shift, they see you there, and they start trying to find maybe to try and squeeze between the two.
Yeah, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And they immediately, as they arrive to where your space is, the opposite directions you guys are traveling at as high speed as you can go based on the number of people on each of your crawlers. This is not maximum speed, but they are tearing ass. And within just a second, they're right past you. The legs just tearing past.
We see what they look like? Yeah.
Make a perception check.
I'm in on this.
Yes.
A group perception check.
Group perception check. Okay.
Sure, why not?
Check. Yeah, bitch. 10.
Okay.
24.
18.
20.
22.
Whoa.
15.
6.
Okay. Pretty decent spectrum there. The person drives by, and the flash you get of them, first off, the crawler is pretty well outfitted. You could see it's not as heavily armored as yours, but it looks like it definitely has seen some use. And where it doesn't have armor, it definitely has a lot more jagged, don't touch me elements added to it. A lot of like spears and spikes and elements where you gather most folks will try to avoid it or be impaled on it. The driver, you can see heavy goggles on. It looks to be a dark brown, like a shawl and a cloak that's pulled over the front of their face. Who rolled a 24?
I did.
You did. What you do catch is from where it's kind of like flapping from their face and pulling aside, there are these red streaks right there. Their skin looks like it's deeply sand, possibly sun-scarred, like my forehead, a little darker. But it has...
What happened?
Since our honeymoon, it never quite went away.
Your personal thing to know.
I don't know why I said it, but it did.
Let me just toss this out here.
I don't know why I said that.
You guys
wear it the
quite a lot.
I do.
Let's all just go around and say one weird thing about themselves.
Our bodies.
Yeah, I have butt problems.
One nipple is higher than the other.
I'm fascinated with my pores.
Really warm in the back of my neck suddenly.
Sun's gone.
Yes. Anyway, sorry. Like red streaks down the cheeks there.
That look painted on, or like they've been crying blood, or
Too fast to see.
Okay.
But you do clock that there are some people in Bassaris that you've seen with one or both of those as well. And you've had you grew up in Bassaris. You know that. You would know that to be the mark of the Fist of the Ruiner.
Fist of the Ruiner.
Often members of that particular faction in Bassaris will get bloody, like long, dragging tear marks under one or both eyes.
Got it. And that's a sign of like high ranking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like they get one, then they get the other.
Correct.
Cool.
So.
Orm, that was marking of Fist of the Ruiner.
What are you saying?
I'll tell you when we stop.
You tear up the now slow incline of the opposite side of the bridge, coming towards the edge, and now you can see the direction you're traveling. There is another, much smaller kind of mesa peak to the one that holds Bassaris. This one kind of has like a weird kind of kidney shape almost, and it's about maybe a quarter of the size, if not smaller, than the one that holds the city. And the ravine wraps entirely around it into the continuation of the gorge to the opposite side and southward as well. But as you get, Fern, as you're getting closer to that edge, Birdie kind of shouts over her shoulder, "This up ahead's where our hideaway is. So we're not too terribly far, maybe an hour and a half out most."
Okay. Well, we're only about an hour and a half at most.
Okay.
Coming up to the other side of this bridge, tearing up to the very edge where you can see these, what looks like rock previously, and it looks like maybe elements of rock have been placed around it. There are massive metal bolts that are driven into the side of this to hold and keep the bridge itself mounted on the side of this massive mesa. As you're hitting the crest of it, you, Orem, pick up that on the mesa that you are approaching, the kind of the top flat plateau that is lifted above the ravine. There are a number of like hills and rocks, but you see on one to the right, would be the south side of this, you see what looks to be a humanoid figure standing at the top. And you go over and clock it, and then it vanishes beneath the rock.
Like anything we've ever seen before? Anyone, or too far?
Way too far. It just
Okay.
looks like a person, maybe.
Okay.
Groundhog.
Yeah.
It's about this time, Orm, you also notice,
Oh shit.
because you have the world's highest fucking passive perception.
Strap in, it's only going higher.
Yeah, it's true. As you kind of notice this, you kind of glance back, still clutching onto FCG, and you see what looks to be a weird, like, wisp of smoke that's, like, vanishing in the direction from where you came from, high up in the air.
So smoke trailing from the city, does it look about, or just
It's not trailing.
behind?
It's like a little, like a cloud of, like, kind of a dark smoke that just kind of, like, is just dissolving and vanishing.
Flare. Okay, I will try to go look all around as possible. Do I see anyone in any other direction?
Roll a perception check.
Yeah, no. Not gonna be good as that passive. 2 12s for a 18.
18. Glancing around, you can see kind of where that cloud was, and there's a faint trail from below, and you're like, this is some sort of some sort of a flare or a marker or something. Just by the way that it's suddenly burst and has been fading. It very much gives you that sense.
Okay.
At which point, as you're heading over the top of the hill...
Before we get to, I will call out to the group and say, guys, there's folks around or something. Look lively.
Okay. As you're hitting up the edge of the bridge to hit the actual stone floor of the beginning of this mesa, there is a of dust. Like a bunch of earth has suddenly moved. Because Birdie and Fern are at the front, and they are currently with you at back with your vision, kind of catching all this. Is all happening like really rapidly. You notice it split second before you hit. There's some sort of a mechanical apparatus or a wire-raised apparatus, like a metal grating or a net or some sort of a sudden trap-like fence line just shoots up out of the ground that pretty much covers the lengthway of the width of the bridge about 40 feet beyond the entry point where you guys are now landing on the mesa. It would be the drivers of both, which would be Birdie Calloway and you, to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. She gets advantage because you noticed it on your high perception.
I get advantage because it's a dex save I can see.
That's true, because you're a barbarian, that's correct. So,
Did we do anything that would have caused a bunch of spells to be used before we left?
Didn't we?
This was
the day that we fought Dusk.
We had the confrontation with Dusk.
20.
20, nice. You know what?
No problem.
I'll roll out here for this. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. All right, so both vehicles end up pulling up, kind of like, as opposed to trying to tear off to the side. There's not enough room to turn. Both of the drivers instinctually just gun it even harder, leaning into it to carry that lip off the bridge to try and lift over.
Oh.
Just kind of pushing as hard as they can, the legs kicking off at like a ramp. Still hitting the tops of these things and breaking them, getting caught up a little bit, dealing a little bit of damage. Both of the machines...
I'm going to telekinetic shove Laudna down onto the trailer to keep her from flying out of it.
Okay, good call. Good call.
The weight of an acorn, so yes.
And Orm's gonna gust underneath FCG to lift as much as he can.
Nice. Okay, cool, good call. The both crawlers take what would be 14 points of piercing damage. It is halved because they take half that anyway, and then halved again because of the successful saves.
Ooh, nice.
So 3 points of bludgeoning damage to both the crawlers.
Who's got the crawler stats? Oh, I guess
I've got mine.
you have one.
Stats!
I have one. I have Birdie's, and you guys should have the one for the other. There we go. So, a hard landing, impacting into the dirt. Both vehicles kind of spin and wind a bit, and as you begin to kind of catch yourself, you see that area where that one figure stood up. You can see there's like two large kind of rocky embankments that kind of await that space. There are some dead trees and some like scrub around. But as you tear into this space directly after landing, a shadow begins to emerge from around one of these rocks. You watch as from around the edge, a large metallic automaton-like war machine curls around the corner with 3 tripod-like legs.
Oh, one of the big ones? One of the big ones?
Red flags adorn on its back, kind of flowing behind it. You can see what looks to be, at quick glance, 3, maybe 4 figures on it, across the center of it, and one on top.
Does it look like the same one Odohan was riding on?
There was the mammoth one, which is the much larger one that's more of like the people mover. This one looks a little bit smaller, more compact. It's maybe about, I'll say, 18 to 20 feet tall.
Good God.
And about 15 feet wide, side to side.
Good God.
That's the smaller one. At a quick glance, you can see there are a number of mounted rifles of different sizes along the center platform, and on the top, one massive, muscular half-giant sits there holding the back of what looks to be a column of multiple rifles just attached and affixed in multiple layers. You saw something like this at the front of Imahara Joe's shop that stared you down for a moment before you entered, but this one is manned, mounted, and you can see what looks to be well over 24 different types of barrels with multiple inputs for black powder caps at the ready, and as it kind of whips around to both of you, and as it stands there, blocking where you're currently standing, what do you do?
I yell out, I believe it's Gajakandas is the pronunciation of this group, I assume?
Well, you haven't seen what this group is yet.
Okay, well, I just saw that, yeah. Okay, I'm going to pull hard to the left and see what happens and not slow down yet. Just veer off a little bit.
Veer off to the left?
Yep.
Okay, so as you begin to coast around to the left-hand side, Okay, so what happens is immediately a voice shouts out and rings and says, "Halt! Stop or die!"
What are you all doing? What's Mom doing?
Those are very limited options.
Birdie's kind of like turning a bit to the left and kind of like not expecting this to arrive and kind of.
Yeah, we should stop. I mean, we can just talk.
She kind of looks back at you like, do I go?
I think we should stop. I think we should stop.
Which I can go. I can.
No. I think we should stop.
And she like you careen her on the
Very
side.
large guns.
Birdie begins to slow like.
Okay, I'm gonna. Can I like try and pull the? Well, I guess the legs don't skid. I can't drift with legs.
You can do it. Sure.
So I'm gonna try and like skip and like just pull. Like now that I've seen they're slowing down, I'm gonna try and pull around. All right, Prancers.
Okay.
So joining since you all.
As you go around like the left-hand side, kind of heading into the area right next to where this massive thing is standing, you can see what looks to be two other figures that are up there, rifles fixed on the ready, kind of on their chests, locked onto your position. Okay, you come to a stop.
Oh yeah, I'm right next to them.
Okay.
Just pulled it.
So one of the legs kind of curls up, and the other one just kind of stays down and. It does drift a little.
It does drift a little.
Are we?
What do we do?
Are me and Orem propelled by momentum to?
I will have both of you.
Like water skiing.
Yeah, and like, what about that trailer?
Both of you roll strength saving throws for me.
Oh, that's no joke.
What about the trailer in the back? What does that do?
Figure that out.
Strength save of 4.
17.
Okay, so you hold on to FCG, which is great. You, however, do not hold on, so you go with him. As the immediate turn of Birdie slowing down, you get kind of flung upward and release the back of the vehicle that you've been holding on to. Both of you kind of tumble in the air. And
feather fall or anything, so that's it.
I do. Featherfall.
Okay, so no damage sustained. As rapidly, well, you pulled up a side.
It looked bad enough like they were gonna eat shit, I'm
I mean,
assuming.
they're about to eat shit, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? Because you pulled ahead and the momentum carried them forward, then yeah, they would have been in range. So you go ahead and reach out and quickly, just instinctively cast Featherfall, and both of you, and just come to rest there in that space.
Trying to make it look cool.
All right.
We're doing this? We doing this?
Wow, we're just having a conversation.
Just talking,
Just them
talking.
stealing their shit.
Yeah, good idea.
At this point, the massive ruin crawler kind of turns, and you can see like there are these 3 large, somewhat janky-looking legs made from multiple types of metal, but they still move with a uniquely dangerous speed at times. Like they look blocky, and then when it needs to react, they move very quickly and stop and hold with a heavy creaking sound when they do. Up top, you can see the secondary platform kind of like shifts, and you can see all manner of heavy metal plates that rise up to defend and protect like a wall of armor to those who are inside, and they're all kind of holding on these different mounted carbines and pistols that sit on the side.
He's shorter, but Orem steps out in front of FCG, shield up.
Okay.
How many bodies can we see just as we've come to a stop and they turn and point their uglies at us?
At this point, you can see 6.
6 people? Okay.
There's a brief pause as the wind kind of blows through a bit of dust, kind of pushing across the intersection where you currently stand.
How far are we from?
Well, you guys are probably about 20 or so feet from it, based on where you landed and put this up. So you're kind of looking up at it right now. And you're a little bit off to the side of it, while Fern, Birdie, and that would be, Fern, Birdie, and you would be kind of about 20 feet behind them, kind of stopped in advance. During this pause, one of the figures kind of stands up and puts up a large metallic hand cone that he holds over the front of his face. You see this look be like a middle-aged man, receding hairline, cut short, kind of a silver gray coloration with a little bit of salt and pepper in it. Face covered with some sort of a cloth mask, but similar kind of red streaks down the front of its face. He looks armored, and he currently has one arm resting over one of the mounted carbines. He leans forward and shouts, "You have been marked by his eye, and must pay tribute. Leave your belongings among the stone, and rock, he's scarred, and leave in peace."
Leave our belongings amongst the rock. And what?
Then leave in peace.
Oh, leave in...
Across the bridge that we just came...
Back where you came from, yes!
Oh.
What if we need to go forward, though?
Is there like a toll we can pay?
He stands back and like talks to the other guys, and there's one guy up there who's like wearing this kind of furred cloak who kind of talks to them for a bit and kind of shakes his head. Leave your things and then you can continue.
Who says who?
Says us.
I don't even know you.
I think they're the Fists of the Ruiner. Oh. Which is a faction. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Should I?
But hey, as your mom, is there a tithe? What do we do?
Birdie.
Birdie's like, well,
Is this normal?
No, this isn't normal at all. I mean, you got to look out for these guys, and I've had a couple of run-ins where I just kind of either talked my way out or just kept going as fast as I could until they disappeared. But I had a lot less people on my back and traveling not as quickly as I normally would. So I don't know.
We don't have a lot of belongings here. Just like a backpack full of stuff. Do you just want our backpack?
It's like another pause. The guy at the top, you see him like kind of like flex his arms and hold on to the back of this machine. You may leave your backpacks on the ground, your weapons, any money you have, and your automatons.
Is this the arrangement you have with the Paragon's Call? It seems rather unfriendly.
There is no arrangements beyond the city.
Well, it's just saying you probably wouldn't want to attract the ire of the Paragon's Call, right?
I'm just gonna pick up the backpack from the car that we have, from the crawler that we have, and go set it down by the leg of the ruin crawler.
Okay.
We also have some coupons.
There's some platinum in there. I don't know, but we're keeping our weapons and our crawlers. We've got to go. I mean, like, if you really want to have a conversation, send a few fists down here. We'll have it. We'll talk about it. But this is what we got.
I back towards the crawler.
A loud
the crawlers
whistle.
are how far away?
From where you are right now?
From the the ruin crawler.
About 30 or so feet.
Okay.
Or more, depending on. I mean, Birdie stopped first. But there's a loud whistle, and you see two more figures kind of step out from behind where you were that were hiding amongst kind of the brush and the trees.
Down on the ground level, yeah.
Ground level, yeah. And they have their kind of rifles kind of situated up against their... One of them has like a pistol and is kind of just holding it out. Like they don't really know how to hold it properly, and they're like too squared and awkward and bent. All wearing various bits of masks and cloth to hide their faces, and the leader is... You are right, you do not know who I am. But I will change that. For you will, after this day, tell everyone you meet that you met the ire of Marquet
Marquet.
Just side note, where is Marquet? Where is he in relation to the backpack I just set down?
He's kind of on the front of the center part of the platform of this large automaton.
Okay.
So he's kind of like leaning on the front by where the metallic guard wall is.
Okay, I'm gonna use my mage hand to set the timer off and blow up the bomb.
Nice.
How much time?
Is it close enough to it to do it?
I set it
set it
next
down.
to the
Oh, right,
leg of the ruin
Okay,
crawler.
You did.
Yeah.
How much time are you putting on there?
Can it be instant?
Like instant, because we're far enough away.
Okay.
Well, we're 20 feet away. No, Orem and FCG are 20.
All right, then.
Feet closer than you.
Then in
So
your
20 feet
heads,
away from
before I do this, you hear, back up a little, and then I set it off.
Okay. Okay. So.
What?
The two of you, I assume, back up?
We're gonna just scoot back a little, yeah?
Leave your things! Place them here! Pay homage and greatness to the ruiner!
Yeah, sounds good. I just hop off the crawler.
Great. Now, the rest of you, if you would...
There is like a momentary flash of light before the sound hits you. This massive explosion that suddenly rocks the ground beneath it. You see stone go flying in all directions. For a brief second, especially all of you at this proximity, your ears immediately ring, and I do need the two of you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, because while you're not in the immediate explosion, there is shrapnel, or at least rock thrown up by this explosion.
18?
18. You manage to kind of like pull away from the bulk of it and only take 3 points of piercing damage. You take 6.
Should we run?
But as you all kind of like step back a bit, the smoke that surrounds it sits there, and you see the front leg of the tripod is fucked up. It's still like holding itself there, but it's like, and you can see one of the blue metallic energy, like arcane energy devices that's affixed to it is like partially dislodged and kind of like roughly hanging, and the front of it is just covered in dark black soot and stone. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and, because it did with that proximity, I'm gonna roll for everyone on the machine. So
thank you for getting me to that thing. I was
Yeah,
very
I was worried
excited.
about
When we
being
grabbed it,
on
I'm
my
like,
collar
oh, thank
anyway.
God, this is good.
All right, so that's a failure on him. Go ahead and roll damage for me on that. That's going to be 6d6 damage.
All right. And just so we know, in case our
Sorry,
next
8d6. You guys bought a large bomb, and this is not immediate proximity. This is like them about 15 feet away, partially guarded.
In case our next move after this is to run, are they blocking the entire span of how we would flee?
Let me show you. Since we have now engaged in an aggressive point, we can figure out what that spatial awareness is here in just a moment. But go ahead and roll damage.
Come on.
Well,
Show
some
me
of it.
4s, 5s, and 6s.
There's 5s. 15, 19, 20, 23, 26. 26.
26, okay.
Good. No, that's good.
That's good.
That busted the leg. For sure.
All right, so that is... So the leg's like kind of dinged up a little bit and put in where you're not certain as to how close it is to collapse or if it can still shift or move. We'll find out. The rest of them is 26 there. No, good for him.
That's doing math.
I know. All right, let me show you where we're at.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. I'm going to say something. I don't know which one I'm supposed to say. Unlock all 4 Spelljammer prequel adventures on D&D Beyond?
Okay.
At
cool.
dndbeyond.link/cr space.
There we go.
Whoa!
Sorry.
Oh, maybe
Look at the snake in the tree.
I think I was supposed to do the other one. Our Battle Camp sponsorship is back. I'll get to it later.
So, they stop back here, and these guys would have moved over to this point here, and this point here with their rifles out.
Oh shit.
We are.
You both are back here, backing away from the explosion, trying to keep your proper distance from where that detonation took place. You pulled off to this side and stopped kind of in that space at that moment.
And the cliff edge is behind us, right?
Correct, about 40 feet behind.
It's got a real gun on it. Like a real gun.
Oh man.
Pretty sure it's plastic, but
loaded.
So this is the space of which you currently stand, and
anything we should be aware of that's off map right now, or is this pretty much the?
This is pretty much what you can see. Okay. Oh, and there's the two other gun carriers that are up there right now.
Did you finish your math on that explosion, by the way?
Yes.
As soon as Orem like shakes off getting hit by shrapnel and brushes it off, he starts sprinting towards the vehicle.
Ditto.
Towards the vehicle?
Towards the vehicle?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Which one?
We're surrounded.
Yep. Okay.
Towards the crawler.
Well, let's go ahead and roll initiative now, since you've detonated a bomb, and the point of conversation is now over.
I thought we were running.
I thought we disabled it. We were going to drive around it.
Then you guys, you don't know what you've done to it, and you can still take that tactic if you like. We're just in initiative order now, because you've definitely made an aggressive maneuver on them.
Oh boy.
25 to 20.
Natural 20 for 25.
No, ignore that. I just mixed up.
Okay.
Nothing.
20 to 15?
17.
16.
Great, okay.
Dun, 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 dun. I like how the backpack on the back of this
15 to 10.
crawler
15.
11.
looks like a little diaper. 10 over here.
Oh my god. Or like those like horse poop beds.
Oh, wait, you both
Dexterity?
rolled 10? I rolled 11. Oh, okay. Fair.
14.
14? Okay, yeah, so you'll go.
Well, I got excited though.
10.
I know, me too. I really
Actually, he was actually on this one.
He can teleport!
There. Exactly.
Wow.
Oh my god. All right, and you out which one?
11.
11? Okay.
And then Lana was 10.
Oh, so you guys get to...
Technically 7.
You're 7.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fern, FCG.
Aren't we pulling a cart behind one of these things?
Yeah, there was a cart behind the Ashton one.
The Ashton
The Ashton one. The cart.
Wait, no, that can't be, because
Yeah.
we were also behind the Ashton one.
No, you were behind the
you guys were
Fern
behind
one.
Birdie.
Oh, okay.
All right, so were you guys in the cart then?
Yes, me and Laudna and
Laudna.
Handir? Handir
was on the back of the vehicle.
Oh, got it. Okay, and then we were on
Save
the...
that there just to kind of give you the idea.
That's fine, because I went and put the backpack there anyway, so I would have been standing outside of it.
Yeah, sure. You would be over in this space.
Yeah.
There, probably after doing that. Okay.
Man, we're going to get shot with guns.
So it's top of the round. Orem, it's your turn. The first thing you hear is a voice go, "What the fuck was that?" You're up.
Orem plunges into the smoke of the explosion, and I will use my movement and probably my action to run up to the base of it, leap. So use 30 to get right at the base, and then use his boots to spring twice, or 3 times if necessary, to parkour all the way up to the top level. Movement and action.
All the way to the top?
Yeah.
Okay. I can get right there.
Oh my gosh.
Put you right about there.
Action surge. I'm gonna trip this motherfucker.
Okay.
Boing, boing, boing.
That is 19 to hit.
19 to hit, definitely hits.
Okay, so he has
We'll
to
get a breastplate.
beat a strength save of 16.
16. He rolled a natural 16 with higher than that. He's a strong motherfucker.
Sure,
so you
sure,
go ahead and like hit him. He's like, kind of gives you a growl, and he's like clutching the back of this device.
So that's not much damage. It's a total of 10, and then I swipe again and try to drive the blade right through his calf.
Okay.
That's a hit for the same. That's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Has to beat a 16.
That's cocked. That's going to be actually a 17. total.
18. Okay, so 8. That's second slash.
All right, got it.
There I am.
Yeah, so you strike him again. He's like, "Ugh," pulls his leg up and starts to try and kick you off the side, just kind of like pushing you at bay. 'Cause there's only really room for one person.
Can't have our stuff, man. That's the end of the turn.
Okay, finishing Orm's go. It's now his turn.
Yeah, let's see what you got, potato
What's his
gun.
name? Ire?
No, you will know the ire of
Marquet.
Marquet.
Merry Christmas.
So, oh my God.
We ruin everyone.
Yes. Want to try Kashiria? Oh, no, sorry. Kashatria. In person.
Whips it around and is going to try and first is going to spin it to try and hit you with it.
Okay.
Cool.
Danger's working on the wall.
That's going to be a 20 to hit.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Don't take too much on that. It's just 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
But I do need you to make a strength saving throw.
Highest thing. Pretty good for me, 19.
19, okay. You hold on. Like, he swings it around, and you kind of get the hit, but you just grab onto the side and get back up as he kind of, like, moves around again, and it's just going to start... And you see him, like, pull back on these two, like, string portions of it and yank the chains out. And as it does, 3 of them begin going off. And you're up close in person, you can see there's, like, hundreds of these caps, of these various points of black powder little packets that are jammed into different parts of these dozens and dozens of long metal oblong pipes of different sizes and widths and lengths. And as it begins to go, they're slowly spinning like and going, and smoke going off the side. And he's like having to hold on to this as it's going.
Hey, Matt?
Yeah?
This is the same day we battled Use.
Yes.
You gotta remove the damage to the giant.
It's not the same day. You guys rested afterward.
Did we?
We did?
No, we fought dusk this morning, didn't we?
No, that's right. You're right.
Yeah.
You did not.
So I did no damage. I made it up to the top, and that's it.
Okay.
Oh, because you don't have
Because I
action
used my
surges.
action surge in the morning.
So you struck twice, and then both of them hit the armor on the side of the leg, still swings it around, comes back, and is going to go ahead and now unleash 3 shots of the...
8 seconds!
All right, so these... it's going to shoot 1 shot at Laudna, 1 shot at Imogen, and 1 shot at... So you just kind of poof, poof, poof across the way there. Because you are more than 20 feet from it, both shots are at disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So that's going to be 15.
Nope.
And it just manages to streak off the arcane bit of body armor that you've just recently put on yourself. The one against you, Laudna. That's going to be 13.
13's my AC.
13 manages to still hit you. All right, so one of the shots, even as wild as he's arcing it past, it does still manage to strike you in the shoulder, and it hurts like a mother. This will put you at...
This is pretty crazy. Wow!
10 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
And then FCG, that is going to be a 20 to hit.
Yeah, sure.
You take 12 points of piercing damage.
Oh. I'll take it.
And he's just like holding on slowly, and you can watch as each blast hits, the whole thing's like rocking back. The whole top of the vehicle is like being moved with the impact, and he's like, his muscles are bulging, just trying to keep it pressured in that point.
Immediately am in a rage, and as I say, the fuck, I throw it back and I do Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Yes.
Is that a Constitution saving throw or Dexterity?
16 Dex.
16 Dex. That is going to be a 14. That's a failure.
Cool, 13 damage.
To him or the weapon?
To him.
To him,
does it
since
work?
he's-
Oh,
He's the
how is-
cast.
okay.
He's the one who's holding it, so it's
Okay.
towards the operator of it. Okay, cool. So he goes ahead and describe to me your hellish rebuke on him after you get struck with a bullet.
I see the like black powder that is exploding around him, and I just take it and I focus in on it and I send it like directly into his eyes and just like push like this
And he's like now just
burning
coughing.
fuel into his face.
It's almost like the smoke itself became like a face hugger, and it's like onto his face, and he's like coughing angrily as he's still holding the machine. All right, cool. That's gonna finish his. No. He's gonna go ahead and action surge, and he's going to attempt to try and kick you off twice.
Let's get it.
These are both just shove attacks, so it's just your. Actually, with this, because this would be your athletics or acrobatics, I think, to try and.
Okay.
Actually, let me double check.
Can I try to roll under that thing?
Let me try.
Oh, I'm right where I want to be.
Double check. It's been a little bit. And I want to make sure I'm not fucking up rules because I will hear
fine.
about it forever.
No, man. The internet is forgiving.
You're sweet. There it was right here with the. So yeah, it is Yeah, so it's your athletics or acrobatics. Sorry, is what it should be.
Okay. For both? Same for both, or roll for each time?
For each time you roll one, he's going to try and kick you off twice.
Okay, well, that's 25 for the first.
25 the first time. He goes and kicks, and you just duck beneath the gun and then duck under his leg.
Second time is a 15.
The second time for him is going to go ahead and be an 18 total.
That does it.
So you get knocked onto the edge of this and kind of like fold off the edge. Make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can grab the side of it as you fall.
Onto the edge of this.
Dexterity. That is 14.
14. You catch onto the edge, so you don't plummet from the top. But you are definitely considered prone and on like just dangling off the side. As far as he's concerned, he just full on Leonidas kicked you off the front of that vehicle and is like now back and focusing on the gun. That finishes his go. Imogen, you're up with Ashton on deck.
Okay. I'm gonna step directly in front of the crawler, like in front of FCG, thereabouts. Not quite that far.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to aim, just point my hand straight up to where I'm pointing at him.
Mm-hmm.
My eyes are gonna flare white, hair flies up in the air, and I'm gonna lightning bolt
Shit, okay.
straight up through the gun into him.
Through the scope.
Cool.
So you can hit 3 guys and the vehicle all in one go.
Cool.
Yeah. So it unleashes this torrent, this angry torrent of like white, kind of lavender purple lightning that just streaks upward, blasting out into the sky above.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll damage on that.
And he does a dexterity save, and this ignites any flammable objects in its path that isn't being worn or carried. So,
worn or carried, okay.
So anything on the
like the black powder charges in the gun.
Yeah.
The hundreds, the tens, the however many that was described.
Now
How close are you now?
they do have half cover because they're inside, so they do get a bonus to their dexterity saving throws here. But the actually the leader guy does roll a 22 total. He rolled really well.
Okay.
The other guy fails, and the gunner fails.
19, 20, 22, 23.
23.
Nice.
So the leader of them, Marquet, like goes "Ooh," and ducks down and just kind of like singes the top of his head, and energy is arcing all across the metal. It's conductive material, so now the energy kind of crackles through the midsection where they are. The guy behind him turns and goes, "What?" Gets blasted in the chest. 21 points damage on him. He had already been damaged by the explosion of the bomb earlier, and he just gets completely incinerated. There is a.
I know. Well, I wasn't trying to kill him. I was just trying to.
What are you saying?
I was just trying to ignite
What do
the.
you mean you were trying to kill him?
His flesh fused with the vehicle.
Nothing about that looks less
He falls.
lethal.
He's like, "Ugh," and collapses in the inside. Smoke kind of up. He's like, shit.
You sent 100,000 volts in their direction.
The guy up top takes. The guy up top gets blasted. Who's mounting this machine? Just takes the brunt of it. Like, Orem, you don't see this, but you see a little bit of smoke kind of like rise up from above as you see the blast arc past, and your fingers, while you're clutching the side of the vehicle, tingle, and you have to like hold on tightly as best you can. Your little muscles tense up, and you feel like the electrical energy disperse throughout your arm.
Okay.
But he's still standing, just not happy.
Did it do anything to the
charges?
to the black powder?
Did it shoot all the bullets at us?
Ballistics.
How did they work?
They explode. They will fire at whatever they're pointing at.
Yeah, there's got to be someone.
Ignites
someone's
flammable objects.
Careful where you point that.
But they're
I'm
also,
right in front of
they're
it.
inside a thing.
I know.
They're in cap, so they could kind of go wherever.
Okay, I'll say
it's
I'll
shrapnel.
Or two.
So here's the thing. There are right now 237 charges loaded into this, 237 bullets.
Oh wow.
Oh god. That's cover, at least.
I'm gonna say the ones that are surface struck by this go off. So I'm gonna put that at about 60.
Oh God.
That's 60 shots that all at once, out of the front of this gun. It is aimed loosely in the direction of the front of this vehicle. So I'm going to go ahead and take, with disadvantage, a number of shots at everybody in the way here as it just arcs in a...
You get TPK the party.
Okay, so I'm just rolling damage on it here.
Kyle, bring in the squibs.
So Ashen, I'm gonna say this.
Oh, oh no.
Yeah, all right.
I'm sorry.
It was a really cool idea.
It's a great idea.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that works out. It's about 5 shots per person coming across this way here. Yeah, we'll go with that. So 5 shots on you with disadvantage. Natural 1. 16.
That's my AC.
Wait, is he gonna roll 60 times?
No, 5 each.
Oh,
5 each.
yeah, that, okay.
That's
They don't just explode in the gun, they literally shoot.
Well, that's what happens when you strike a bullet. It explodes the gun and then it goes up.
it's the propulsion of the explosion that fires the bullet.
I just thought if all of them ignited at once, it would explode the gun.
There are multiple bullets in the gun.
We'll get to that moment here shortly because it's going to do something to it.
I can
My
see.
brain didn't process the damage.
That's okay. You know, you
I
grew up on
see
a farm.
Ford
She's
sitting
a
on a
horse girl.
on a backwards chair
You
on a
do.
ship going, so you decided to base your fantasy in real world shit.
You decided to blow up the bullet.
That's 6 points of piercing damage.
Oh yeah.
Natural 1 again. 2 and a 3, and then the final one. Yeah. So you get shot once, the other 4 miss. Just up on like immediate spray in the space in front of it. Hodier.
Hondier.
Hondier, I mean, sorry.
Oh no!
Hondier. So that's 1 hit.
Yeah.
That misses, thankfully. Misses.
Okay.
That misses as well.
Okay.
And that misses as well. He gets 1 hit.
All right.
Actually, no, one of those would have hit, so he gets hit twice.
Not twice.
16. Hondir is unconscious. Hondir's just like, what's going on? And falls onto the ground.
We can fix this! We can fix this!
We're gonna have a crawler soon, guys.
Love it.
Oh no!
We're gonna have a crawler. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So, that is going to be a 17.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
Oh no!
For just the first one?
Finally dies.
That's the first one. You take 11 points of piercing damage.
This is not very good.
Oh god.
Uh-huh.
You there? Oh, there we go. That'll work fine there. Stay, buddy.
It's all fun and games till everybody dies.
I'll fuck it, whatever.
This is how we TPK, which is great.
I'll stick it.
This is your goldfish moment.
Great.
Okay. We all get one. 21.
Yep.
Okay. It's 7 points piercing damage.
Oh no.
The other one is
Not only blew up the
11, which I think
Miss.
misses you. Natural 1.
Yeah.
And the last one is 13.
Hits.
Okay. That's going to be 7 points piercing damage.
Okay.
Okay. The guy over there.
Yes.
That hits. Hits.
I feel.
16. Miss. Hit. And hit. You got hit 4 times. That sucks for him back there.
Okay.
Oh, one of the
They got hit too?
Okay.
You got hit 3 times.
Oh, he's great.
I like that half box that's in the ground.
Yeah, me too.
He just gets blown away.
Now I'm just going, do we try and not damage it anymore so that we can take it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
So now against
Me.
you, Imogen. That's going to be 13.
Miss.
15.
Miss.
19.
What? Is that a hit? What is that? Oh.
Okay. You take 8 points piercing damage. 4th one. Oh, it's a miss. It's a 12 and 13. Okay. So one gets you, catches you, but just coasts by. FCG.
Okay, let's go.
First attack on you, natural 1.
No.
Second one is going to be a 22.
Yes.
You take double 1s on damage. You have 4 points piercing damage.
Okay.
Third attack, it's going to be a 15.
No, miss.
Second one is going to be a 24.
Hit.
You take. Oh yeah, double 6s. This is Balance of the Force. You take 14 points piercing damage.
Yeah, sure.
And then the last one is going to be a 20 to hit.
Hit.
You then take 7 points piercing damage.
All right.
Okay.
Exciting.
Birdie Calloway.
Man.
Mom dies forever.
That's going to be a hit, a miss, a hit, a natural 1 miss, and a miss. So 2 hits.
Okay, 2 hits. 2 hits.
2 weeks.
It's 11. So 3 points of damage to Birdie. She's thankfully inside the vehicle, so she has half cover while inside.
That's good.
Fern. That's going to be a 20.
That'll hit.
You take 10 points piercing damage.
Okay.
Good.
Second attack is going to be a 14.
That does not hit.
All right. Third one is going to be a 19.
That hits.
You take 6 points piercing damage.
Okay.
Fourth one is going to be a 12.
No.
And the last one is going to be an 11.
No.
This was the third move of the combat.
I know, I'm
so sorry. No, I love this.
No.
This is great.
This is
chaos.
I adore it.
It's going to be a 13.
Misses.
It's going to be a 15.
Misses.
That's going to be a 12.
Misses.
That's going to be a 12.
Misses.
A 13 on that one. And then that's going to be a 21.
Yeah, no, I'm fucking so close. You can't.
11 points of piercing damage to you. Ping, ping, ping.
You fucking ass.
Guy back there. That's going to be that's a hit. 2 natural 20s. I'm not even joking. I'm going to take a picture of that.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Against which?
Against the guy back there.
He just had it out for him.
I know, apparently. Okay. That's going to be a miss. A miss. And a hit. So 2 hits and a crit. So the first hit's going to be 15 plus the crit. He's done. That's way over his back.
Yay!
Nice.
This is a great move, Laura.
Last one over here.
We're not surrounded. No.
No.
3. Got
Miss.
3. Okay.
1 on the crawler. 2
Miss.
on the ground.
Hit. Miss. And hit. So 2 hits on him. Takes.
Just gotta
7.
throw on here.
18.
And Lana.
That weird guy up there too.
You're right. I've got 7 hit points. I'm okay.
You're dead to start. So
I'm good. I'm good.
You want to change?
All right. So,
It's a lot of subcategories.
after it scoots across smoke, billowing out of this machine, after it just scattershots the entire front of this kind of open space here, rocks being shot up in the air from each of these impacts. You all take a number of hits, dodge a bunch of them, and in a brief moment, there's that pause of like, what the fuck just happened? I now need to roll a Constitution saving throw for this device.
It is probably overheated. It's got like a sizzling red barrel.
That's a failure. The front of the Katria Special bursts and fans open and currently is non-functional.
Yeah! Good job.
You can see the guy, the muscle-bound figure holding it's like, still like dealing with the aftermath of what you did and kind of holding it as it just coasts in front of him without its control and goes, shit! And that's the end of his go. So that's your action.
Bonus action.
Bonus action.
I shoot everybody in the face.
Nobody's within 30 feet of me, right?
I mean, just your friends.
Yeah, maybe Marquet.
Marquet. Marquet, I'm gonna try to push him off the back of the machine.
Off the front, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to pull him forward over the gun.
Is Marcus the gunner or?
Natural 20.
Okay.
He's the guy with the green cape.
Oh, so he's
Yeah,
in
right
front.
there. He's in front there.
So
For the rest of my move, I'm just gonna
You have 10 more feet, so.
Apologize.
apologize. 5 more
feet.
feet. Then I'm gonna stay here and try to block FCG. 'cause I don't
Okay, you
get
got it. By finishing your turn, Ashton, you're up.
how much of that thing is like? Does it look like guns are functional on that thing? Or no?
Yeah, there are a number of mounted guns in the front. The main special itself is currently not functioning. It looks like whatever mechanism to its continued firing process has been utterly ruined.
Ooh, I'm
There's just a plume of smoke.
That's 40 feet. I can get to that thing.
Oh, is the weapon ruined?
The top one is, yeah.
The top one is, okay.
Yeah, there's 40 feet. I can get to that. I'm going to run to the 40 feet to the leg that we've already been fucking with.
The front one there is what it would be.
And I'm going to rage.
Alrighty.
What the hell happens? All right. Okay. Let's go. So as I get going, I get that kind of weird black and white sort of this color starts to fade and everything starts to pull towards me as the gravity hits.
Okay.
I'm going to hit the damaged chunk of the leg of the leg.
Go for it.
I'm going to give it a nice good whack. All right. So, and I'm going to do this reckless so I can really fuck with it.
Go for it.
That's 16 to hit.
16 misses.
16 misses the leg.
Well, it hits. It's just heavily armored.
Okay.
So the first strike just kind of scrapes off the front of its metallic form.
misses the leg.
Bullshit. I go again. I'll go get into this thing. Just another 18.
18?
Technically cocked. Actually, there was one that was cocked and I re-rolled it. 25.
25 hits.
That was cocked. That's 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage to it. Got it.
And
the first strike scrapes across. The second one whacks into it, and you can see the leg kind of like slightly shift from the impact. It's pretty damaged.
Oh yeah.
All right, so finish your turn.
That's everything I can. I'm pretty sure that's.
All right, Chetney, you're up.
Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna hop off the crawler, run up Fern's back, and jump over the front.
Unnecessary. I like it.
And I'm gonna run towards the crawler.
All right, so say that's 10 leap. Back 30. Is
Fuck these little legs. I'm gonna dash. I'm gonna run up to the back legs of the crawler.
Back leg.
Yeah.
You're not gonna fuck with the one I've been fucking with?
Movement is 25.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're about there.
I look at halfway.
You fuck with the one
I look up and say, "Fuck you!" That's my turn.
All right.
Oh my God.
With that, it is now. Okay. So it's now Marquis's turn, who is extremely unhappy. Gets up and kind of looks at us. What the fuck are you doing? Shit. And he's gonna go ahead and grab the front of the rifle that he has.
He's not within 15 feet of me, technically, is he?
Yeah. Technically, he would be just in the cusp of 15 feet.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's gonna go ahead and, since you're right there banging the front of it, I don't know, but Imogen's the one who just roasted him and blew up his gun. He's gonna go after Imogen, that makes sense. So he's gonna go ahead and take that carbine there. It's mounted at the front. He's gonna go ahead and take 2 shots with it. Ooh, that's gonna be a 27 to hit.
Yeah.
Hits. And then a 22 to hit. So these shots, while they're not the same, they are a little more impactful where they hit. So these are gonna be.
And he's firing a mounted weapon?
Yes, on the front. It's going to be 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
I'll take half of that.
Okay, go for it.
Yes.
So you take 5 and I'll take 6.
What do? I take all 11 and she takes half? How does this work? No, I take 6, she takes 5?
You both take 5. It's when it's reduced by half, you both take the same amount.
Okay.
5 to each. In the second shot, you take 8 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Didn't roll that well for that. He is going to bonus action second wind.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
To himself.
Gotta reload.
And then.
Oh no, not mounted gun.
That was Marquet or the gunner?
This is Marquet. Okay. And Marquet is going to go ahead and action surge.
Oh shit.
To.
Where are you, Orem? You're hanging off the side?
Yeah. Diagonally. He's going to go ahead and take. He's going to take 2 more shots at you, Laudna. He's trying to take you down.
I'm Imogen.
Sorry.
Every time.
I don't know. It's Laura Laudna.
He's back.
It's the
I'm
L.
back.
I know. I don't know why. Whatever.
Oh dear. Maybe we should just change names.
No!
You should be. You just want to be Laudna. Let's change characters, right?
That's a natural 1. That's going to be a 17.
I don't.
17 hits.
I don't suppose a natural 1 does anything to that gun, does it?
You wanted to do something to your hammer?
No, I mean like, because guns have a thing where sometimes things happen on natural 1s.
For the this
All
is.
right, I was just throwing it out.
No, I know.
don't know what
Fair
gun
enough.
that is.
Fair
I don't know what gun
enough.
that
They
is.
lost the big gun already.
All right,
So that was a big natural. That's going to be
A little PTSD from that game.
9 points of piercing damage to you, and he's going to go ahead and I need you to make a strength saving throw for me as he's using one of his tripping attack abilities.
Me?
Yeah, he's shooting your leg out from under you.
7.
7. You are not prone.
Means you're harder to hit.
There's no time to nap.
He's going to go fuck.
Bad idea. Wrong people. Chose the wrong people. Turning it around.
And the other guy who's like there with his guns looking to his friend got, friedness on the ground, like his skin burned going, from the lightning bolt is like, shit. And he's gonna go over and start like smacking the side of the machine. It's like, some of the charged energy devices and underneath it start glowing and it's like, and you see it's like starting to readjust its current positioning. That's gonna finish his turn. The guy who's like slapped the side of it, who is wearing like the kind of the furred cloak, is gonna go ahead and, looking down at everybody, put his hands up in front of him, and as he begins to turn his hand in this like spherical formation, this small like sphere of greenish pale energy begins to form that drips through the spaces before he unleashes it down, and it kind of glides downward before exploding outward like that.
Oh no.
Wait, are you down? Why are you down?
Wait,
I'm prone. I'm prone.
She's prone.
Oh, you're
Are you?
sleeping.
How many? Are you almost dead? You're almost dead.
Oh yeah.
Melee.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
This it's gonna do me.
This isn't
All right. So, I need. This is a 20-foot radius sphere.
I said fuck you.
Which is going to be. Yeah, I can get all of you.
It's just a slow spell. It's just slow.
So I need Ashton, FCG, Imogen, Fern, and Birdie to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
Those inside the vehicle.
At disadvantage because I'm on the ground.
Correct. And you do get +2 to yours because you're inside the vehicle.
Don't suppose that guy was 15 feet away from me.
We have advantage against spells anyway, just being a natural.
Oh, that's right.
4 over here.
4 over there? That's a failure.
Yeah.
I'm going to do.
God damn it.
Okay. So that's 21 points of acid damage.
I'm down.
Oh! Oh no! Oh, you're our healer.
And it's still burning.
Oh, what is it?
It's acid.
So it's every
Oh, I'm
round.
not immune to that.
You're immune to that?
All right.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm immune to
Birdie takes 21.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna have to fix that real quick.
Uh-oh.
Birdie gets splashed, and is like, looks back over the shoulder. The goggles are starting to melt a little bit. And, Fern, I'm not feeling good.
Oh no!
Oh,
Is it
God.
poisoned?
Wait, as in dead?
This is
Or acid.
acid. This is a vitriolic sphere. What did you roll?
Oh boy, this got bad real quick.
What did I, 21.
21. Yeah, so you take only 10 points of acid damage, and you do not take additional damage going forward.
You're microdosing the acid.
Great, that's great.
Lana?
Imogen.
Imogen, what the fuck? So now you're making me do it. Now you're in my head. Now you're in my head.
Sorry, it's dangerous right now, so we're all a little.
A little bit on
It's
edge.
fine, Brennan. It's fine. Just keep going.
Touche.
Acid.
Sorry, which natural one? Okay. 21 points of acid damage. Ladna is unconscious. Imogen, I'm gonna keep saying
Holy
it.
shit.
You're unconscious.
You're unconscious
Oh no.
and still burning.
We're gonna have to
we're
get the
in
FCGs fast, so that's gonna be.
All right. And Ashton?
I rolled 19.
19? Okay, so you take 10 points of acid damage. All right. And as you're releasing the sphere, he like ducks down low to take full cover behind the wall there.
Was that still?
I don't know.
I don't know if that counts.
So that brings us now to Birdie's turn. Birdie is going to go ahead and pull the vehicle forward.
Birdie's got healing.
Don't run me over, Jesus!
No.
What the fuck? Did you feel that? I should back up to make sure it's okay. Oh, God. Oh, man.
That's going to go ahead and attempt to cast Charm Person on the one that just cast the vitriolic sphere. So she's like, there are goggles, and I'm like, come on, give us a hand. He's going to go ahead and make his saving throw. And fails with a 2. Okay.
Save us,
So he
magic guy.
is charmed.
Maybe.
Mark him over here. Okay. Fern, you're up with FCG on deck.
Okay. Is there a cliff behind them?
Behind
That's
them? No,
behind us. No.
that's behind you guys.
That's behind us. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm going to jump off
Which way?
to your right, towards FCG.
There we go.
Perfect. And
kick him.
I'm gonna spit in his face.
Oh, shit. Spit in my mouth.
Just do the stomp out.
I was trying to. Okay, and I will.
I know it.
Oh God. Okay.
You're gonna steal from me, aren't you? God.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can do 2 things. Hold on.
Twin spell.
Okay, I am going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level on FCG. Calm down, everybody.
Sweetest thing Fern has ever done.
Okay, there's an 8.
Stand on their gut shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody just calm down.
13.
Amazing.
Great. Okay.
Way to go,
Amazing.
And then,
Hey, Fern.
give me 2 seconds. Let me see if I can. I think that's all I can do, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll.
It's your turn?
That's my turn.
Okay. Finishing Fern's go. That brings us to FCG, who is now on the ground, but conscious again.
Oh, thank you. I will use half my movement to get up on a wheel. Seeing my friend Ladna on the ground, I'm
God damn it.
gonna roll over to her, and I will also cure wounds her. Wait, do I have?
Do you have that prepared?
I don't think I do. Wait, that can't be right. I'm a cleric.
You're a healer without a cure wounds prepared.
I have healing word. I always have something. I'll do healing word, I guess, on her instead.
Thanks.
at 2nd level. So yeah, that's 2d4 plus 3. 4. 4.
Ooh.
That's 11.
Yay.
Yeah,
We're good.
But that's just a bonus action, right?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so she's up.
I'm up. Who also?
But Hondir's out. I was gonna. Okay.
He's gonna be making.
And hey, Matt.
Yeah.
I had absorbed 5 points of damage prior.
Mm-hmm.
Am I still going to take that unless I use it?
Well, you would have lost it now from the sphere that dumped acid on you.
So it just goes away?
Well, it buffers the damage you would have taken. So
It buffers the damage.
Well, it's temporary hit points. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm thinking.
It does stay.
Yeah, it does. So what you do is you get temporary hit points, and then the next time you take damage, it takes it off the temporary hit points first.
Wait, what? But then I also, if I don't spend it, I get.
You take damage. If it goes away from taking damage, then you don't have to worry about it.
Oh.
So the benefits are either you do damage and pump it into an attack, or you use it as a shield and it goes away and it's fine. But if neither happens, that's when the feedback hits.
Cool. I love it.
Oh, cool.
So there you go.
I had no idea. All right, well then, as my action, I guess I'll scoot over. Oh wait, I already used my movement probably to get up.
You have 10 more feet you can move.
I'll scoot towards Hondir.
Okay.
And then, can I hot swap out for my bolt thrower?
Hot swap.
And use it, or is that way too much to?
That's too much to do in this turn. I think you have action, bonus action you've already used.
Okay,
Move
I will
all
then.
your movement. So
Then I'll use my action to keep moving towards Hondir.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's right. You still have your action available, so you can hot swap it if you wanted to. Up to you.
And fire it.
It's like changing a weapon, and you did get upgraded, so I'd say sure.
Okay, I will fire then.
Where?
At Merry Christmas.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead, roll to attack.
All right. It's only a 10.
That misses entirely.
Okay,
My
well.
apologies. Arcs off the metal.
Great, that's it.
Okay. At the end of your turn, you take.
Oh, I'm still covered in acid.
How do you get acid off you?
Maybe I'll lick it off with my tongue.
Oh my god.
No.
I rolled so many 4s. That was ridiculous. You take 17 points of acid damage.
I'm down again.
Oh my god.
How do you get acid off, actually, now that you mention it?
I should have licked it off.
But it has run its course. The acid has finished.
Baking soda.
I mean, baking soda.
Say it. Roll over. just face down. Like passed out R2D2 on the dirt. Just bring it out of here. All right. Finishing your go, it is now I'm sorry. No, Birdie. This would be the barge crawlers who are over here and over here. They're both gonna. Oh no, they're both gonna take a shot. One's gonna be at you because you're hanging off the side.
Okay.
That's gonna be 17 to hit.
Am I doing acrobatics again, or just strength save, or?
This person's trying to shoot you.
Oh,
from
shoot
here.
me. Say, what was it?
17?
No, I just, shield goes pling.
Off the side, great. The person over here is gonna go ahead and take a shot at you, Chetney.
Okay.
Ooh, that's gonna be a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
You take 11 points of piercing damage. Right in the back of the shoulder blade, like kind of lodges itself a good inch into you.
All right, dickhole.
And then both of them are going to leap down and run. Get that far. I think it's about there.
Oh wait, where did he just go?
Did you just jump behind?
Jumped off the other side there. Okay. Finishing their go. Laudna, you're up.
Well,
Their
okay.
actual Laudna.
Yes. You can call me
Probably 3
Imogen, it's
turns. I
fine.
just fucking.
Bullshit.
Okay. I can't see those guys anymore. DM question.
Yes.
Prestidigitation says that I can clean
soiled stuff.
Or could I clean away acid?
The acid ran its course, so it's done.
Oh, did it?
Another.
On him it is, yeah. The other people
on
still
him
have
it's
burning
done.
acid. On him it's done, yeah.
There. Who's other? Who? Oh.
Fucking Birdie, but who gives a shit?
Birdie and Imogen.
It's also, I will say it is magical acid from a 4th level spell.
That's what I was curious about.
A cantrip probably would not be able to dissolve
Okay.
that, unfortunately.
Cool. Going off of what Travis was saying, bullet kind of grazed Laudna's face, and so my mouth is kind of like torn open, and you can see like exposed teeth and gum. And I just like feel that, and I grab into it with my fingers, and I rip even further, and start dislocating my jaw as I take on my form of dread.
That's some Beetlejuice
That is
shit.
so cool.
I love it.
And
Nice, straight up.
get 12 temporary hit points.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Which is good. And then I'm going to take the sinew and ichor dripping from my mouth and do an Eldritch Blast to Merry Christmas.
Okay.
What the fuck?
2 Eldritch Blasts.
He has 3/4 cover because he is now like ducked low behind the wall.
Spell
so-
sniper.
That's true.
Yes. 16 and a 14 for 22 and right? Yes, 22 and 24.
Both hit.
Yes.
Spell sniper, man.
Spell sniper. You will get caught up in the.
I would have normally given him a +5 to his AC, but
Yeah. Cool. That is 14 damage for the first one and 10 damage for the second.
got you. Cool. So one hits off the side of his shoulder, and he's like, shit, and goes to hunker down, and one blasts him across the shiny chrome dome that is now dripping with sweat, kind of darkened from the blast of the lightning bolt earlier, and as it hits, he goes like, ah, and pulls below, and kind of, you see him kind of stand up a little bit and look at his hands, and he's just kind of bleeding from where it impacted on his head.
Nice.
Well done.
That's Merry Christmas.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Am I able to kind of move in between the crawler and this wall, or kind of even like duck behind the cart to get a little bit more cover?
Sure, you can do that.
Okay.
Take half cover there.
Yeah.
You got it. Okay. That finish your turn?
Yes.
Okay, it is now the ruin crawler's turn.
Oh, the vehicle itself.
It's an automaton. It's not it's a manned vehicle, but it also has its own turn.
Oh shit.
So for its bonus action, it's going to gear shift. You watch as its legs, you didn't notice it before, but at where the joints are and its large spider-like legs, there are wheels embedded inside.
Yeah.
And suddenly they open up to kind of like, the legs kind of bend upward into an upward position to land on the wheels. The downside is that bomb fucked up the front one, and I'll roll to see. I'll say if it's a 16 or higher on this dice, that wheel is still functional.
Okay.
If it's a 15 or lower, that wheel is fucked from the explosion, and it's gonna be dragging ass if it tries to move. Can do, but it's gonna be hindered. It's a 17. It's a good try. It's a good try. So it grinds onto the ground and slams, and it looks like where the explosion most of it was impacted, the actual like joint portion of it is still fucked, and it kind of stumbles off and gets left behind. So now it's missing half a leg. It can't really go into its other form now, but it does manage to sit on its wheels. And with that, it's going to go ahead and take a 50 feet movement.
Wait, it's retreating?
It's retreating, and
They're
it's
trying
getting
to
over
run
here.
away, but want
With
to
you still hanging from it.
steal
I'll take an attack of opportunity.
Go for it. You can take it.
Also, out
On
of
that
curi-
fucked up wheel.
Yeah, on the fucked up wheel.
I don't know.
You can, yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
21.
21 hits.
All right, let's just hurt this thing a little bit. And I have a question about orbital decay. 6.
You have a question about oral decay?
orbital
14 points of damage.
14 points of damage.
And would the orbital decay, if I used it on that machine, would it get pulled? Would I eat 15 feet worth of its movement? Out of curiosity.
That happens at the start of its turn, right?
All right,
It pulls
never
you in.
mind,
So yeah, it
never mind.
doesn't slow them.
Yeah,
but
that's all
it
good.
does.
25 to hit.
That does hit. Go ahead and roll
9
damage.
points of slashing damage.
9 points slash damage. Nice. So as you both kind of like impact it, you could see parts of it are like it's starting to show some wear and tear.
Fucking metal.
But it's like kind of cruising on the wheels now, like leaving grooves in the ground as parts of its jagged metal are like kind of tearing into the rock and stone beneath it. But it's starting to cruise to retreat. That's what it's gonna do. All right, finishing that go top Orem. You're still hanging from it as it's starting to move away from your friends.
As a bonus action, as he feels the whole thing start to shudder and jive, he just goes, oh shit, and uses his shield arm to wipe like blood out of his hair and face, and I will do second wind and give myself 7 plus
Fighter ship.
13.
Fighter ship.
Then I will. Every muscle on his little sinewy halfling arm flexes and he swings and lands on Marikrish's shoulders.
Okay, so leaping onto the second floor here.
Yep. My blade goes down across his face.
Okay.
That is a 16.
16 misses.
And then I slash again.
Marty Chris was on the first level.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's, they both miss then.
He's like, you go to swing both, and he's kind of like, starts wrestling you off the shoulders, and you're just unable to quite hit him as you go to strike downward, and he leans forward, and you end up hitting the metal wall they've been using to guard them, and you pull back again a second time and swing, and he kind of like lifts you up, and you end up accidentally striking the upper platform. You can't quite sink it in.
I say, fuck it. And I use the rest of my movement to spring off the whole vehicle and roll into the dust.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check.
That is a 13.
13. You, with the pace that's moving, I will say that is not good enough. You end up crashing into this dried tree, breaks your fall. You do take, that's say 15 minutes, so you only take 4 points of bludgeoning damage from the impact and are knocked prone. Okay. However, you are leaving the attack range of both of them, so they both get attacks opportunity on you. As does the guy up top.
Well, the mage is
actually, no, he didn't know you were there.
Mage is charmed, right?
That's right. The mage is charmed by her.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's
or by
one
Birdie.
on one. Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's not like she's friends with everybody, and she hasn't been told that you were her friend yet, necessarily. Yep. Dominated is when you get to do shit like that. So they're both going to take tax opportunity on you. The main guy, that's natural 19. That's a 26. So he goes and strikes out with his scimitar, kind of quickly, like reaching out with it. That hits you for double sixes. I've been angry on you. That is going to be 16 points of slashing damage, while the other one is going to go ahead. He is not as technically decent in this. He's just going to take a stiletto and kind of stab at you as you go. That's going to miss with an 11. Wide, but you impact painfully. Oh my god, the shield took some of the impact, but you feel like your hip joint is popped out of socket a little bit, and you have to pop it back in. Does that finish your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Finishing that, it is now the gunner's turn, who is just like angrily, like furious that his gun's been destroyed. He's going to go ahead and stand up on top of it, like climb onto the mangled mass, the smoke still pouring out of it. He kind of steps and leans through the smoke. You see his body emerging as he pulls up his rifle. And it's going to aim for you, Ashton.
Yeah!
Because you're the one who's immediately in his view from that point. Since you did attack recklessly last time, he's going to take a shot on you with advantage.
With disadvantage.
Well, no, you also
with
have
advantage.
You also have your gravity up too, right?
I do, so it wouldn't matter anyway.
So advantage on that.
Yep.
That's going to be 19 to hit.
That hits.
Sorry, 17 to hit.
That still hits.
Still hits, okay. So you take 8 points of piercing damage.
Reduced to 4.
Reduced to 4.
Took us a bit by surprise.
I mean, yeah. Well, this is meant to be a possible conversation and negotiation, whatever it may be. But I will say the bomb definitely set things up and definitely fucked over some of the possibilities they could have done.
I take that shot. Yeah.
You wrecked one of the rune crawler's attack abilities directly out of the gate too.
Oh.
All right, so you take that shot.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
All right, that's going to bring it to Imogen's go with Ashton on deck.
I'm gonna get up onto one knee, and I'm gonna pull my knife out of my thigh holster and fling it towards Marty Chris with a catapult attack. I'm gonna use a sorcery point to double the distance of that.
Yeah, it's definitely in range there.
Magneto dagger.
You got it. Okay. And so is that
That's a dex save.
a dex save? He gets +2 to it. Well, it's +5 because it's 3/4 cover right now because he's ducked down below. What's the DC on it?
He gets a dex bump on.
Because he's behind cover.
Oh, I was thinking that would be an AC bump.
So that still brings him to a 15.
It's 15 that he has to beat.
So yeah, he does succeed.
Damn, fools. All right.
But you lose a dex. Is it all or nothing, or does he take half damage?
I think it's a all or nothing. When the object strikes something, the object takes 3d8 damage. So.
This was humbling.
It's still going on.
Going on.
All right.
I feel good about this.
Ondir might be dead forever.
They're leaving.
We gotta sit.
All right. So, does that finish your turn, Imogen? You want to stay put, or? 15 feet of movement and a bonus action if you want.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna use telekinetic shout to try to push the guy off the top.
Yeah, come on.
For you.
Make it work.
That's a 7. So the rock, ping, and he's like, ha ha, you couldn't, what? And full on just stumbles over the edge,
Oh my god. That's
falling off the
amazing.
side.
So I lost my knife, but he dodged it and fell.
Did you mean Marty Chris or the guy up top?
There we go, there we go. So lands on the ground, takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage from the impact.
Every time Matt makes a sound effect, he sends the little fish rocks blowing, and it looks like
I love
impact.
it. It's great.
It's effective. I like it.
It's fun.
So he's now ass on the ground, prone, about 10 feet from you, going 5 feet, and you're both just on the ground.
Sucks, huh?
Shut up.
Does that finish your Imogen?
I guess.
All right, Chetney, you're up.
She still have
Or no, sorry,
acid
Ashton.
all over
I would know if,
Oh,
if
fuck
healing potions
me.
work on
Yes.
on FCG, right?
Matt, I
Yeah.
still had acid on me, so at
that's
the end of
right,
my
you
turn,
do.
I would have taken damage.
You too.
That is.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
This could burn her down again.
16 points of acid.
I'm out.
Why do we keep doing that? You should have brushed it off or something.
I can't brush acid off. Why not? I was trying to do shit before I died again.
I mean,
But
that's
the
what they
acid
did in
effect
Aliens.
Dallas, brush it off your chest.
So you finish shoving him off. A smile comes to your face before you collapse Ben once more to the ground. Okay, now that brings us to Ashton with Chetney on deck.
I'm flipping around, running up to FCG, pulling out a healing potion bottle.
Does that work on me?
Healing potions work on you. It's a magical effect.
I'm going to just unhinge the jaw and throw it in there like a softball.
The glass shatters on the inside. You are filled with healing potion and glass shards.
2d4 plus 2, right?
Yep.
That's
That's great.
9 points of healing.
Hey.
There we go.
I'm back up.
And I'm gonna take the rest of my movement to just walk up ahead, turn around and walk up ahead a little bit just to try and be a target.
Here?
Yeah, just like there, just like that far, just to see if I can draw fire.
You've got it. Okay, finishing your go. Chetney, you're up.
God damn it. See Ashton do that. I look back at this son of a bitch and shot me in the back.
Oh, he's still there.
I'll be like, I see you, fucker! Fuck! And I'll walk over to Imogen and I'll pour this healing potion in her mouth.
To
Imogen.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, fuck, 5 plus whatever.
5 plus 2, so 7.
7! I healed ya!
She'll find out when she
He's
realizes.
not very grateful.
I know.
Very grateful.
Just silence. Wow.
Your silence.
And that's fine. How
That's
much
your go.
movement? That's like all my movement, too. All right, fine.
Okay, the crawler leader is going to stand up on his turn. Seeing that he's very much outnumbered, sees you on the ground, and he's like, sees the opportunity, and then goes, and he's gonna go ahead and attempt to leap onto the now racing by vehicle he just fell from as it's like just leaving his range. So he'll go ahead and leap onto it, grasping, just holding the side of it as his knees like scraping the ground. And that's all he's gonna do for his turn.
Okay.
With that, it's gonna come to Birdie. Birdie is gonna go ahead and she's gonna go ahead and cast Sleep. She's gonna drive the vehicle forward. Up to there.
Oh.
It's gonna cast Sleep on the leader. So that's gonna be 5d8.
That's smart. She's smart.
You healed 7
Great,
points.
22.
Chet dumped a potion down the drain.
Which is enough. So you watch as Marquet, who just got back up, and then leaps onto the side of the crawlers. It's like just about to coast away. He goes, looks back and is about to like laugh, like cackle as he escapes. Before Birdie's just there on the back of the car, leaning forward and goes, I don't think so. And you watch it's like he goes and falls asleep and hits the ground. Told you I'd get him.
Good job, Mama.
On the ground there.
Shoot, Mama.
Run him over.
She could. She's cruising. But she's not quite there yet. All right, finishing her go. That brings us to Fern with FCG.
Okay, so who's still living? Who's still with us?
She's
Everybody's up.
Is FCG up?
FCG's up.
FCG's up.
Who's still living of the bad guys?
Hondir.
I got Hondir.
Hondir's unconscious.
I'll get Hondir.
Has he been making saves every turn?
I'm doing it.
But we don't know. We don't know.
Oh no.
What if? Where's his turn though?
We don't know. He's the bottom. He's not a combatant.
Okay.
He is not a combatant.
Especially now.
He is not by any means an adventurer, a warrior, a fighter.
Is Marquet still up? Or no, he's asleep.
He's asleep.
He's sleepy. And if I do anything, he'll wake up.
Yeah.
To
But
him.
a melee attack is an auto crit.
Oh,
A melee attack.
a melee attack. Okay.
It's an auto crit. It'll also wake him up.
He's a long
Yeah,
way away.
okay.
You have to get over there first.
I'm gonna do some scorching rays on the big boy up top.
Up here?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
All three on him, or?
Mm-hmm.
God, we still have these douchebags.
They were running last
They
time.
were running away.
They were already
There it is,
piecing out.
Yeah, they're going over to the plunger.
17.
17 hits him.
Natural 16 plus.
That hits, yeah.
16.
Yeah. So
All three hit?
66 fire
Wow.
damage to the
Oh, shit.
gunner.
Ooh.
Come on, fire druid.
15.
You're just adding 2 6s as you go.
It's so cute.
Just a little bit of garlic
That's seasoning.
powder, a little,
A little more nutmeg. A little more nutmeg. A little more nutmeg.
19 points of damage.
19 points of damage. How do you want to do this?
Oh my god.
All right. So, I will shoot as I'm just slowly walking towards. I just keep shooting the scorching rays.
Ooh, yeah.
As I'm staring at it.
Just walking towards him. He's like standing there with his rifle over his shoulder. He's like reloading it on top of it as it's cruising away. And then all of a sudden glances over towards you, the smoke kind of framing him. He growls. The first one burns. The second one hits the side of the thigh and the gun just flies out of its grip. And he looks back at you for the third one. And how do you finish him?
I would love for him to fall off, and then I can stand over him.
Okay.
Shoot
So
him
he,
in the chest.
the second one that hits him, he tumbles back, impacts the ground. He's like, he's there, like something is hurt as he hits the ground. He's like, oh, and is trying to roll over, clutching into himself. He's barely conscious as you kind of begin to walk up to him as he's now fallen back onto this space.
I'll walk up and I'll just say, I'm gonna take your stuff now.
Oh, shit.
I'll get him
Alrighty.
I'm going to attempt a sleight of hand while she's walking past me. That's my reaction.
Yeah, if you want to consider her a combatant against you for this instance, sure.
Okay. Just for fun. 22.
22 does beat your passive perception.
Wait, what am I doing? What's happening?
I just
Are you picking my pocket?
As you were doing it, I just took a little
During your
thing.
how do you want to do this?
You can ignore me. Carry on.
We'll come to it later.
Come to it later.
Okay.
Okay, I finished his turns. Go FCG, you're up.
Oh, well then I'll just a bonus action heal Hondir if he still has any life in him.
He's unconscious but still alive.
Okay, great. Just first level.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay, that's 7 points of. I don't know why.
Gotcha.
No, it's not. It's 5 points.
5
I
points, got it.
rolled on both.
That's okay.
dices.
Okay, cool. As that's your bonus action, you still have movement in action, and you're still on the ground.
Are we out of combat?
I mean, we're getting pretty close. Yeah.
But the guys.
Are you guys leaving? Are you guys going to let them go?
Yes.
Did you?
Can only answer for myself.
Did Birdie still have acid damage at the end of her turn?
Let me see if Birdie. No, Birdie did take full damage. You're right. She did.
Wait, is she down?
So Birdie might be down, just so you're aware before your turn, because
You're right.
God, I'm rolling ridiculous for this. Oh, that's my paper. Jesus Christ! So many fucking fours.
So she goes out and casts sleep on him.
Oh no!
Leans into the controls and. The sleep spell ends because she's no longer
The minute she
concentrating
went
on it.
unconscious,
And he starts waking up and goes, and full on drives over him.
Oh my
Is he dead?
God.
Yeah, she runs over him.
Oh my god.
And then collides into the ruin crawler with the...
Since I was close to going, Orem was thinking like, I'm gonna get my rope and tie him. No, I'm not.
So she's down?
She's unconscious.
Oh, I don't have
And
it. I
driving
just
away
used
in
a
a
spell, so I
runaway
can't do another
crawler.
spell.
Well,
But I can get
would
up
you
and
have
start-
done it for him? I don't know.
Well, this is a question. Did that all happen before I just healed Hondir?
That would have, I'd say technically.
I mean, I hate to choose one life over another.
I can do something too if we're out of combat.
All right.
Hondir's been down one.
Yeah, Hondir has
I'll
been
just
down
keep.
one.
I did Hondir, and now I'm just getting up
Yeah,
with
you
the rest of my action.
weren't aware of what was happening on that side as you were going to heal. That's
Sure.
fine.
I'll just use the rest of my action to move over there. That's
Okay.
it.
So it's up there. I'll move you 1, 2, 3. Now you see what's happening. It's like,
Oh, no!
shit. All right. That brings us to these guys. He's going to go ahead and try to move and hop onto this to hitch a ride. This guy's going to attempt to move out of sight.
Wait,
and
there's more
stealth.
guys?
Yeah, there were a
They're all running for the hills.
Yeah, things turned very bad for them very quickly, and that's going to bring us to Ladna.
So the only two guys that are left alive are these two lackeys.
And there's one guy over here
The
who's the
mage.
spellcaster.
Mage, although she's down, so
He's not charmed
She's
anymore.
not charmed anymore.
And the crawler is still moving away.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay, Ladna is going to kind of climb over and start moving towards the crawler.
Spider crawl.
Over there.
Towards the crawler. I'm doing a full 30 feet. And I'm going to throw darkness
Yeah, you are.
on the crawler.
Okay.
It's gonna run out of it.
No, I'm casting it. You cast
it
a
sticks
place
to it
on
like
it,
light?
so I'm sticking to it.
Oh, wow.
No, man, it's gonna just start slamming into trees.
How long does that last?
Darkness lasts for. And some point you choose spelling. Up to 10 minutes. Concentration.
Okay. Got it.
Oh no.
All right. Does that finish your turn?
Long time.
Yeah, actually, you know what? And then I will also bonus action. Fuck, I should have done that first. Can I quick retcon and do it? Say bonus action hex the guy who's on the
That would be casting two spells.
You're right. Well, it's a bonus hex, but it's also a concentration spell, so never mind.
Well, it's also higher than a level. It's a level 1 or higher. You can't do more than that in one turn.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's all good.
Right. That's my turn.
Okay.
That's fine.
It is now the Ruin Crawler's turn, which activates on its own turn and just keeps going in the direction that it's going. And as you all kind of like realize now that it's going full bore, full move and action, traveling on wheeled speed, it's moving 100 feet per round, and you cannot catch up to it. It is damaged, but still moving pretty quick on its wheels because it's survived, though it is wrecked from the explosion of the bomb and such. And you all kind of sit there and take a moment to breathe as you watch it just keep going, as it's just the sphere of darkness around it, and it's just not changing direction. And not changing direction. And not changing direction. And not changing direction. Not changing direction. And then we'll say about 3 minutes pass before you hear.
It just went off a cliff.
It went off the other side of the mesa.
Excellent shot.
Oh my god.
You know, I thought maybe you would like run into something so we could still take it, or.
Oh, we could have just done that straight from the get-go and saved all.
Clearly, we're gonna stabilize Birdie really quickly.
There was never a good opportunity.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna run over to Birdie.
That went really
And I'm
well.
gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Imogen, get up!
Oh,
I should have saved the sleight of hand for now. I'm so sorry. It was like, yeah, that was
do
post.
not be
That was
sorry I'm
post.
here.
Okay.
What?
Someone making me toast. Oh, hi, Fern.
Hi. How you feeling?
I'm feeling better thanks to you. I just.
Is everyone all right? Imogen? Hey, you good? Are you good?
I'm great.
Yeah, me too.
That was incredible. I've only just run from those things for the most part. Never seen him sent. Where'd it go, by the way?
Oh.
Elsewhere.
You point out as the darkness fades in the distance.
The slow black cloud climbs.
All right.
15 points of healing.
Thank you.
You guys have a hot springs or bath or anything at the layaway?
Oh, that'd be real
We got a bath. We can heat it up for you. Yeah.
Do so much stretching.
How's Hondir doing?
Hondir, how are you?
I am good, yes, and I am appreciative for helping me. Next time, let's just not get involved in those that shoot, please.
Yeah, I just didn't want him to take our crawlers, you know?
Understood. I'm gonna lay down.
And just kind of like tucks himself into a little corner of the crawler.
That was an excellent use of the backpack, by the way. Thank you.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
I'm so glad that we have that off our plate now.
Yeah, what if it had gone off on
That would have been a mess. I mean, clearly it would have been a mess.
Yeah.
Looking behind us, are there any more flares in the air? Is anyone coming across the bridge behind us? Is it
Make a perception check.
drawing any fucking commotion? Guess what?
Roll a
5.
d20.
No.
And
Looks
the higher
clear.
I roll, the better shit I want to get.
But you know,
All clear.
that's a fair point.
That
Chetney
one
makes
guy
that-
got away.
14.
Well, there's more than
So throw me
just.
some
I
sugar.
assume there's more than just 5 people in the fists of the
That's one
ruiners,
guy.
so we might be marked by them moving forward.
Climbed up on the crawler. So if we can take care of him, then nobody will know what we did, that it was us, right?
Well,
but if
except the person who passed us on the bridge and signaled to his friends.
Oh, right.
So I think we'll probably be marked now by the fists.
Have to assume so, anyway.
Yeah.
But that's like, that's the fun.
That's like a
of
status,
Lazarus, right?
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
We've arrived.
Yeah.
Most wanted.
Plus, we're protected by Paragon's Call now.
Which is honestly, that's some really good protection.
Sure.
Not in this fucking case. They didn't give a shit. They
Retaliation.
threw that name out there and they're like, declined.
Do these fellows that we wiped out, do they have anything on their person?
Yeah, we should check everything.
Okay, yeah. So you go ahead and take a moment to roll the brigands, what remains of them. Yeah, and you can see on their persons, like they have like these long streaks. Like some of them have one, some of them have two. One person has like a third one that's coming out of there, which is the leader.
That's new.
Marquet. But they're just these long, like red streaks that are tattooed. Some of them better quality than others. That, for those of you with any sort of religious knowledge, recognize that the iconography of the Ruiner, one of the betrayer gods, symbol is a bleeding eye. And is anyone here proficient with history?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You can go ahead and roll a history check.
23.
23. You also know that long ago, Marquet was front to back a lush land. But there was an event specifically during the Calamity in which the Ruiner attempted to destroy the entire continent and was thwarted by a heroic sacrifice from destroying all of it, but still turned a third of the continent into harsh wasteland and desert. And that was what created the Rumedan Desert and elements of the Hellcatch Valley. So there's still very much kind of some folks who live in these lands that you assume still believe that these parched, cracked badlands are still a symbol of strength of the Ruiner's mark left on the world.
You want to take a break?
That'd be nice.
How much time do we have left? I know we were trying to make this a day trip, but I guess we can always spend the night, make it a little overnighter instead.
We gotta be back.
Go back to the people.
Close to
Oh,
where?
we're not terribly far. Maybe like an hour.
Can I rest in the wagon?
Yeah, we can get on top. Just get right back up and we'll keep moving. You also find amongst them 420 gold pieces.
420.
Nice one.
Jesus.
Hold on to those.
No, you won't.
There's no ammunition, but there are 2 loose carbine rifles
Oh.
from the crawler gang.
Give Mr. his gun.
My goodness.
This rifle is
Very big.
very big, which is why I'm here for it. Yeah,
Who's
it's
holding the cash?
it's close to 6 feet tipped to
Just spread
edge.
it out. 420 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
70.
Hey Siri, what's 420 divided by 6?
70.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 70.
Well,
70.
actually, yeah, it's 70.
Ashton, you stole
Mm-hmm.
You should get that too.
a porcelain blue thimble.
Gotcha.
That's for a giant. It's a very big thimble.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of like a little teacup.
Okay. Porcelain blue giant thimble.
He did a lot of cross stitching.
No judgment.
Birdie kind of brings the vehicle around, gets everything situated. Everyone's a little worse for wear, but still in one piece. Well, shall we get going?
Yes, please.
I'll make some food for everyone when we get back as a thank you. I need new goggles. You see they're like acid melted on one side and kind of like puts them on. One's a little dinged.
Do a quick little mending spell on it to try and at least fix the lens.
It takes a minute, but you do so. You fix it up. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Ladna. All right. Let's get going. And the feet immediately start tearing forward. And with that, both of your tandem skirmish crawlers begin to pick up back on the initial path, avoiding the brigand encounter by destroying the fuck out of them. But arcing towards a northward direction to your left, heading towards the northern tip of this smaller mesa spire. We'll go take a break. Back here shortly. But yeah, we'll see where this goes from here as you're about to arrive at the Callaway layaway.
We killed ourselves and other people.
You wanted to do it.
Listen.
Every second of it, I was down for it. This was
at it.
great. No regrets.
No
Not a
regrets.
single
No
regret.
I have one
There's a
regret.
map. There's miniatures.
I have one regret.
There it is.
I was supposed to say that our battle cam is sponsored by WizKids.
If only
But I did.
done it.
It's still on the table.
We're still on the table.
What?
We're still
There's still a battle.
Table.
WizKids! Build your own collection and discover more at wizkids.io/crminis that were at your local game store.
There you go. You did it. Good for you. Alrighty. We'll see you guys here in a few minutes.
Hey critters, Laura Bailey here to guide you through what's new in the Critical Role shop. It's the little things in life. Look at this, isn't it fashion? So much fashion happening here. Style should never be a dumpster, darling. Could anything be more perfect? The cuteness, it's overpowering. You need this? You probably need this. This is pretty badass. And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
We now return to Taldore Theatre and the Bard College of Tragedy.
I stabbeth thee!
Oh, I am stabbed!
Any last words?
Oh, most cruel treachery! But there is poetry in misery. Fate inspires in as it twists the knife and severs the golden threads that brought me to this tragic end. Thus die I, alone. Thus. Yes. Inspired, my gaze turns to the heavens, and your sorrowful fate is mine to alter. Shall your pleas be heard beyond the gates divine? Alas,
My charisma saves are for naught. Too plagued with regret to beg for relief. God abandons his child in life and death. Oh.
I stab you again!
Oh! That's two! Out, brief candle. This walking shadow spins its tale of hubris to the ears of arrogance. My fate is tragic, but yours, oh foe, is worse. A fatal downfall waits for you so vile and filled with devilry that my dying words cannot encompass it. Tragedy awaits thee, who struck me down. Weapon attacks now score critical hits against you on an 18 through 20.
Ah!
An impending misfortune beckons me. Triumph and time grow short. Though I falter, short rest is all I need. Oh, wilt thou give it me? Alas, my nimbus of pathos completes. A plague on both your houses! A horse! My twitchdom for a horse!
Already! Goosh!
Goosh! Goosh!
The rest is silence.
Turn misery into powerful poetry. Enroll in the Bard College of Tragedy with Tal'Dorei campaign setting Reborn. Available now at Critical Role shops.
We now go live to a special address from the President.
Hey, dweebs! Now as your president, I've been kind of killing it lately. I gave global warming an atomic wedgie, I balanced the budget by selling my paw collection, and I saved the Queen of England from that octopus. But my kick-assery is far from done. According to this chart that I made, an estimated 35% of you are still a bunch of nasty goobers. But don't worry, I have a plan. Operation Gag Me with a Spoon. It's easy sleazy. According to this study that I wrote, if every citizen subscribed to Critical Role on Twitch, we could reduce maximum goobage by a metric buttload. Twitch is the only place where you'll get a live and moderated chat. And if you subscribe to Critical Role, you instantly get access to all their shows as soon as the live broadcast ends. So, While you're oogling these Critical Role dorks with their sick goof-em-ups and their nutty voices, think of me, Gale, the current president of whatever. Now I gotta go make a fresh batch of spitballs, but I guess I have some time for your boring questions. You!
Gale, is it true that if you subscribe to Critical Role through Prime Gaming, you have to resubscribe every month?
Yeah. I do it right after my monthly prank call to Peon O'Brien. Next question.
Does Critical Role have exclusive emotes for their subscribers?
Doy. Of course they do. I like the Hello Bees one because bees are cool. I replaced my whole security detail with a bunch of bees that think I'm their queen. Last question.
Yeah, with all due respect, is Operation Gag Me with a Spoon a real policy, or are you mad goofing?
Am I mad goofing? What, do you see me scarfing milk duds while doodling ding-dongs on the Sky Mall catalog? Listen, I know I'm new to this, and I admit that when I made the wish to be the boss of everything, I did not know the witch that works at Woolworths was listening. But Faustian bargain or not, I am the president now, and I have an obligation to lead this country. So to answer your question, no, I am not mad goofing. Security, take him out! Later, Chud Ruckers!
And welcome back. So,
That was all the energy we needed.
that was the perfect re-entry. I love our crew. So, as you all follow the path of Birdie Holloway northward on this mesa peak.
With pride.
With pride. A bit bruised, a bit battered from the encounter with the Fist of the Ruiner kind of brigand troop that had been hiding away and waiting for someone like you to come across that bridge to stake their claim and rob you of your goods, but you sent them packing. Many of them 6 feet beneath packed. But they weren't too much of a hassle, and you left their crawler destroyed somewhere in the ravine below. But following Birdie, you head northward to another cliff edge. Another bit of nervousness clicks in as you once more cannot see where the road continues as she pushes closer and closer, until eventually she slows down a bit and looks over and goes, "Don't worry, I'm not going to lead you off the side or anything," and kind of like gets the crawler to curl up past these clusters of bushes at the edge and just slowly goes over into what looks like a small switchback kind of curved path that leads down into the rock cliffside about 15 feet down below. As she curves around and as you follow suit behind her, making sure to be a little careful as there's no guardrail. It is about 3 feet from the edge of your crawler to the edge of the cliffside, just plummeting into oblivion. So you slowly trudge around and then come down to where it comes to a platform, a about 15 by 20 foot platform that is somewhat underneath where the cliff overhangs and comes to an end, so it's shaded space, where she pulls the crawler up to the side and stops it. The legs kind of come to rest and dig their kind of metallic nails into the dirt and stop and lower themselves slightly, the wheel kind of leaning slightly against the rock edge. And there you can see there's a cave opening that descends into the base of this mesa rock.
Can I ask a logistics question?
Yes, you may.
I think Birdie said it was about an hour to get here, so if Orm is laid up in the wagon, can I call that a short rest for him?
Sure, I'll allow it.
Thank you.
For anybody else who is not driving would like to take a short rest on this path as well, you can do so.
Yeah. Fuck, I'm in good shit.
That's too many people to be on the crawlers, I think. If I get on too.
I mean, you can ride behind like you were before.
And get a rest?
Yeah, you would be considered driving, so you don't get a rest, unfortunately. But as you step off your vehicles and have them kind of clustered there underneath the shade, kind of consuming most of the space here, you can see the archway that leads into the shaded interior of the mountain rock. As you step inside into this kind of hallway tunnel that leads within, you can already see clusters of numerous rain barrels that are set on the side that are kind of towards the edge of the platform that collect the monsoon rains as they do come through. And within the inside of this tunnel, you already get the sense that this is an old, maybe long abandoned safe house, or maybe once a small brigand lair. There are braces against the stone, like wooden platforms and generally outfitted to keep things from collapsing. Maybe been some early mining attempts here, possibly, that have been retrofitted since. But you can see already there are signs of work. There are metal hooks in the walls where it looks like broken lanterns are hanging from. So this was not crafted more than it was reclaimed by the Callaways. And within about a 15 feet walk, the hallway opens into what looks almost like a living room, a living chamber. Within this space, it is a cluttered workshop filled with slightly broken furniture, ragged carpets, scavenged storage crates, and uneven shelving bolted into the sides of the rock wall. It is a mess in a quaint, if scattered way. There are all manner of weird knickknacks kind of squeezed into different spots, kind of resting on small tables or kind of jammed into one side of the shelf but about to slide off to the side, and it makes you a little anxious. Some of you want to go over and right it before something shatters. All the decor is also mingled with these 3 large patches of stretching, vibrant greenery. There are heavy clusters of twisting, hanging vines that pour down the sides of the rock walls. You can see there are potted trees that have overgrown the pots and have risen up with their boughs and the leaves and branches reaching out into the stone. There's no sunlight in this chamber, but they're all growing lusciously within this room.
That's a good word.
Thank you. You can see there are colorful patches of flowers that are kind of dotting up in spaces between the cushions of some of these kind of like rickety, scavenged wicker chairs and seats. It is like this tiny little vibrant garden in the middle of shadow. But there are a handful of light sources. You can see where the green is centered around each of these. There are hung from the ceiling from long strings of rope and kind of wrapped around, almost like a small net that carries them, a handful of these small kind of purplish stones, kind of rough hewn that kind of give off a faint glow, and all the greenery seems to be growing towards it, like it's almost like all the flowers and all the trees and elements are kind of reaching towards the light. And you get the sense that this is what's kind of giving the life force to the interior of the space to allow them. At this point, Birdie's like taking her helmet off, her goggles, and setting some stuff down, takes her bag that she had gotten from Imahara Joe's and kind of sets it over by a far door that is currently closed off. And, well, welcome home, everyone. We tried to turn it into a little chunk of home best we could, and, we didn't know how long we'd stay, so we just do a little bit day to day, and it's kind of, I don't know, it has like a nice homey space, I think.
It's wonderful.
It's amazing.
Oh my goodness, this is just a dream.
Really done amazing things with this little hut. Oh, so good.
Oh, well.
I can actually probably help you fix that shelf if you want later, or if you know any other type of.
No, I like it just how it is. Everything is, placed meticulously.
Sure. Yes.
Does the crawler lead tracks to this place, or do we do a good job of
Oh, good call. Good
kind of dusting the sands and rocks, so it's not a bunch of big ass feet leading right to the entrance of the cave?
I could probably go back and do that here in a little bit and just make sure we're clear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, I can handle that. Well, here, feel free to take a load off. Is there anything I can get you? Any snacks? Some water? I got some wine. I can go ahead and pop open the bottle. Or
Agreed. All of it.
Okay. I'll go ahead and I'll start getting some things situated.
Is there company here?
Oh, I imagine so. Do you want to go ahead and relax for a minute, or you want to go ahead and meet my partner?
Are they gonna be? Is Ira here?
I don't know. He was when I left, but he could be off in his own business.
This is going to be so awkward.
This is going to be a bit awkward.
Can he just wander up in here, or is he gonna stay away?
Ira?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if y'all have a separate laboratory area or something.
oh, well, that's further in. She points back to one of the two sealed doors in the back of the chamber. She's like, that's laboratory, and that's where individual rooms are and such. But yeah, I mean,
you break bread with Ira?
Well, yeah, we've been working together quite closely for a bit here. Look, strange bedfellows. I don't think he's the greatest individual we've encountered, so I don't think he's, looking to destroy everything around us. He's got his problems, he's got his issues, but
We all do.
for the time being, we're working towards a common goal. And once we achieve that goal, we can go our separate ways.
Did you know that Ira had met Fern? Did he mention it?
He mentioned he encountered someone who reminded him of us, and I mean, I couldn't imagine it was you. I figured you were still back with Maury and everything, and it caught me a little strange on the side. You're not wrong, but putting two together since you reached out,
Is Ollie here?
I'm pretty sure they're probably, if they're not sleeping, they're working back in the laboratory or whatever you call it. I don't think we have an official name for it, but
Don't you want to go see him?
Yeah, I don't need to rest. I can.
All right, well, come on.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, what's the deal with these purple rocks?
Oh, see, I'm normally quite the green thumb, but at least back home, after months of trying to keep anything alive down here and not really much of a showing for light in this space, Ira was nice to fix this up to kind of help keep the place lively.
Fixed you up with purple, glowing, life-giving rocks?
These are very familiar rocks to you.
Oh, so I was gonna,
Like the kind that dissolved and forced rift.
Mm-hmm. I did promise you a new rock.
That's your light fixture. Well, they're very pretty. Can we feel, like, if you hold your hand, like, in their direction, is there, like, a heat or anything that comes from them?
Do you put your hand towards it?
Yeah.
Okay, put your hands towards it. She goes, I wouldn't do that. They're here for the plants, but Ira warned us they have kind of a, an immediate proximity issue.
Oh, so physical contact out, too close, also bad.
That's what he said, yeah.
Bad in what way?
I just said it wasn't healthy.
Shit, now I really want to fucking touch it. We're really bad about that. You should. A little reverse psychology goes a long way. Anyway, we won't touch.
I mean, look, I ain't going to stop you, nor am I going to judge you. I've wanted to touch him a number of times, but all he just slaps my hand, tells me not to.
What if you have touched it, theoretically? Like, what would happen?
Yeah, is that an ongoing issue, or?
No, for the most part, I just sit around and take care of the plants and help where I can help back in the laboratory, or...
We can ask Ira about it.
Does Ira handle the purple stones at all, like with touch?
Yeah, well, he's the one who brought him here.
Oh, he can handle the balls.
He handles
Right.
balls.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Me fidgeting. She had a little thing in her hand that's just like making this like.
We'll kill you.
All of my nerves were to the table. I'm like, oh my god, it's happening.
Do you want to meet your dad? Do you want to see him?
I would love to.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone wants to come along? Here we go. She reaches up on the wall and pulls off a key ring and starts leaning through and goes, I don't think it's locked, but just in case. She kind of shoves the door in it, opens up slightly. I will need these. Puts it back on the hook. Come on this way. Wait.
I take note of which key she used.
Okay, roll a perception check for me.
14.
14. Okay, yeah. Easy enough. You glance over. There are 4 keys in the key ring. The one she grabs has a faint, kind of almost like a rusted brown coloration to it, where some of the others are a little more well kept. At least it appears that way from a quick glance. Yeah, I think here you can hear there's like some sounds of things shifting and some low voices conversing. So you do hear people beyond the door. Looks like they're in. Come on, let's get you to your pap. Anybody else wants to come along too?
We're all going.
Oh, I wouldn't miss this for anything.
Actually, I think I'll stay with Birdie and help cover our tracks outside.
Oh, okay.
Make sure, pro job. Stakes are raised.
You hear in your head as we're walking into the laboratory. Seriously, Chet, don't touch the rocks. I know that's what you want to do.
That is not true. That is not true. You're in my head, right? It's a little true. But I'm not going to touch the rocks. I just don't trust anybody right now.
All right. But get in your head.
I bet I could just touch it real fast.
You could probably just touch it real fast. Don't take the rocks.
Thank you for the permission.
On the way in, Orem sees that Letters is still looking a little sluggish, so he's going to fall in right next to them and stay with them as we walk into whatever this is.
Okay, cool. So Birdie kind of holds the door open as you all pass through. And as you all step through into the hallway, she kind of leaves it ajar and turns back to you and goes, well, shall we?
Yeah, do you have any, big, there's not a lot of vegetation here. You got any brooms or, sheets? That
I got a broom.
Let's get to work.
All right. She goes ahead to gather a broom and whatever material she could find as you all begin to color your path from where you once came.
And scanning the horizon and keeping half an eye on Birdie.
Perfect. So beyond this heavily defensible door, about 30 or so feet between a rough-hewn tunnel, it opens up into the heart of the hideaway. A large, high-ceiling chamber, filled in its oblong shape with scrap metal chairs, tools, and tables. A broken beam of sunlight actually peeks through the ceiling. You can see where it seems there's an opening that escapes towards the sky above the mesa, kind of carved into the space above, hemmed in dried grass and brush that seems to have gathered and is drooping over and dried from where it sits. In the center of the room, however, you immediately take notice of a climbing, massive, 30-foot tall, telescope-like construct of metal, stone, and all manner of strange cables and runes and dozens of crystalline spheres of varying sizes, mounted in numerous places along its impressive size, each casting a dull blue light in its vicinity throughout the otherwise rather shaded chamber. Kind of glancing up towards the beastly apparatus, you see an elven man, shaggy dark brown hair, kind of suntan skin, a fair layer of soot kind of smeared and dust placed upon the exterior of his kind of linen outfit and clothes. He has a satchel of tools to one side, who's kind of looking up at it for a second, kind of glances back as he hears footsteps and looks. So. Oh my god.
Hi.
Fern! And runs up and like just brings you in this big bear hug. And you can see like he's about a good foot shorter than Fern. This man of fine fey elven features, a bit sallow in the face, but kind of a rugged handsomeness to him. His eyes have almost a golden sheen to their coloration when it pokes through the bit of like shaggy hair that's in the middle of his face. But as he kind of just holds you, and you could manhandle him if you really want to, although not with your strength maybe.
I pick him up. Just the biggest hug.
Oh, love, it's been so long.
I'm so much taller than you.
Yeah, it's been some time you've grown up. That's,
I have it. I've grown up quite a bit. It's been a very long time since you guys have been gone.
You're not wrong. Why, you grew up faster than we expected.
Well, I think maybe it's been a little longer than you expected. So it seems.
Okay, well, either way, I'm glad to see you looking so strong and coming into your own for a young adult, huh?
I don't know if I would even be considered a young adult anymore, even though I feel like one. I'm 112 now.
Oh, that's cute. What?
I think we missed a lot of time.
Okay. Well, that's been strange, you're not wrong. Well, regardless, we'll talk over it and figure it out. I'm just happy to see you.
Oh, I'm so happy to see you too. This is just so amazing and strange, and what is this?
Oh, well, you know what? And as you all kind of glance up and he looks, what you notice now, up kind of about 15, 20 feet up this massive structure that's like maybe about 3 feet below breaking the hole in the ceiling, what you thought was a part of the machine, you now see are some long bent limbs that clutch it from each side and legs that wrap around it. And out of the corner, you see a familiar pale face come around with long, pointed fey ears, jet black glistening eyes, and a big, wicked grin. You can see a heavy set of goggles over the eyes, and what looks to be a dark leather, like an apron of some kind that's around the body, and these long gloves that go past the elbows. Hi, friends. He slowly begins to descend like a spider crawling down his web.
Does he still have his little teeny top hat?
There is no tiny hat on his face at the time.
Eyes on Ira, I say to Ollie.
Instantly in it again. You're like,
Hi, we're Fern's friends. Been with her
Right.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Dressar and beyond for some of us.
My apologies, I'm just a bit taken aback by seeing my daughter. Please introduce us to your friends.
Okay, well, this is Orem, and we've spent a lot of time together, traveling all over, and this is Ashton.
Hey. Ashton, pleasure to meet you. Fantastic.
This is Imogen.
Imogen.
Eyes on Nightmare King. Hi.
Hey.
This is FCG.
Hi there.
Fresh cut grass.
I'm so happy for you to be reunited.
Oh, me too? Oh, you are. Oh, sorry. I just don't often get spoken to by one of your mate. That's fantastic. And
This is Lodna.
Hi.
Also eyes on Nightmare King. Hello.
And this is Chetney.
No, I'm not here, but I'm in your brain, apparently.
That's all that's here.
Yeah.
He turns invisible. He might be there.
Space by the day.
Well, if you're
There's
all...
one more of us, and you'll meet him later. He's with Birdie, making sure our tracks are gone.
Well, if you're all friends of Fern's, you're friends of ours. So welcome to our little cavern.
We also have an item for you, right?
Oh, yes. So, Maury gave me something that I was supposed to give to you guys if I ever saw you again. And, it's a little lens of some sort, so I guess...
Oh, right. I remember I was talking about that. I don't know, you remember, and at this point, you're all keeping eyes, and suddenly with an unnatural speed, he's like right up there, close to your group, kind of hunched forward, glancing, the goggles still on. His hands reach up and slowly take them off, and it's odd to see like the dark lenses and then just dark lenses left behind as he removes them and sets them off onto a table without looking away.
This is certainly a surprise. I heard there was company coming, and I wasn't expecting acquaintances. I do apologize for the means in which we left off last time. Things are complicated.
Oh, it's okay.
Is it?
I don't know. Well,
We're really sorry.
We're sorry?
For blowing up his laboratory.
What, didn't he try to kill us too?
Didn't he kidnap children?
He did.
Takes the lens.
Not by my intent. I was merely following instructions. If you have issues, take it up with my previous employer.
Who's
she?
Indeed. You seem to be a creative lot. After all, you found where I was staying. You found what I was up to, and you thwarted it. Impressive. And trust me when I say, if I wanted to take you all out then and there, I could have. But I sensed a kindred scent here in Callaway and gave you enough time before the collapse of the tower to make your way out. And it seems you did so congratulations. This is indeed what I requested from Morrigan. Quite happy with what she was able to achieve. Here, Ollie, take a look. Ollie takes it in his hand and glances through. Right, I'm still learning as I go, but like this is... Between this and the crown, I think we have what we need.
what does it do?
Well, it tends, at least from what was requested of its creation, it was supposed to be something that can reveal the true nature of enchantment and weave of magic and devices and such, but on a grand scale, as we're looking towards grand things with this device. Which, if you'd like to describe it, look, I'm more of his assistant on this, and I've learned a lot, but I'm still learning. But this is his brainchild, really. Ira, if you don't. By the way, this is. You already seem to know each other, but Ira and Goth. Anyway, here. You take it over. And takes a minute and kind of cracks his fingers.
This here, I refer to as the Veil Scatterscope.
Veil Scatterscope.
It's a unique cross-section of some of my previous work in espionage. It should enable, does to an extent now, a view of places awfully only visible through scrying means, and yet pierces even the most powerful protections from such defensive magics, should they be directly in the sight of the device. For instance, who is the curious one of your lot as he pockets the lens? Come with me.
Okay.
And as he grabs your hand, the fingers like wrap around your hand and clutch across his hand.
I've got very tiny, dainty fingers too. So
Yeah, it's another.
Yeah.
He kind of
Yeah.
pulls,
Oops.
and in this one like a solid move, and he pulls you back. His long bent lids, kind of him having to like crouch down to get to where you're standing, and pulls you to the front of this odd device. It looks.
She's in it.
Oh shit.
Oh no, that might have been the best.
The choice of mug makes it even better.
7 years.
I just felt some like scratching, and I was like, "There's a creature!"
But it was a cup.
It's Ira. It's Ira. It's Ira.
Thank you.
Alex Ward.
Fucking amazing. I don't know what I thought was gonna kill me in this moment
Did you
right now.
request that cup?
No, I think they saw that I removed
Oh, I see.
can
That's
off
very
these
nice.
streets. They
Oh,
were
yeah.
just
That
thinking
was
of me. That was very nice, you guys.
So sweet.
As you're pulled along to what looks like the front of the device, and it is this odd, strangely shaped thing. You're in the shadow as well. It's like being pushed in front of a pile of intentional garbage, like someone had just mashed a bunch of trash together. But you come to glance at it up close, and you can see everything is meticulously placed. And he seems to almost envelop around you as he kind of places and pushes you towards a front piece and reaches over and grabs part of the device and leads it down. And it almost has like a mask or some sort of a place about the size of a head that he kind of begins to lower towards your face.
Shunk.
Just a facer offer?
Yes. Now, I've had this near completed for months now. I've been doing tweaks and really seeing the limitations we had without this wondrous lens. But for now, just put your eyes inside. It's better to show than describe. And he pulls it to your face, and it does kind of like press onto it, and it's a bit large for the shape of your head, but as it does, you immediately kind of looking forward, you kind of blink for a second, and your vision is just of a blue sky, but the dark, similar to the shade that you've seen above you in Bassaris, but it's a bit shaded, a bit darker and blue. And as you're there in place, you see him reach beyond Laudna and starts like changing dials and small switches and just kind of like rapidly. And you watch as the top of this telescope-like device shifts, begins pushing out into the opening and above the mesa. And as it expands, you begin to think, well, telescopes generally don't work during the day.
You've seen one.
Mm-hmm. You've seen a few designs that seem to buck that idea, which generally are enchantment-based telescopes. As it pushes beyond, you can see there are hinges at certain points in the telescope. Like as the light begins to hit it, you can see these larger points of articulation along its length. And as it begins to push further and further out, he begins to pull other dials, and you hear the metal creak as it begins to bend, like it can angle the direction it's going. As opposed to just going straight out, it begins to almost curl and shift, like a functional periscope.
So not angle, but actual.
Correct.
Creepy. That's fucking creepy.
And as it begins to like turn and retract in certain directions, you now can see like your vision being shifted around, and you are looking at the mesa around you, and you're kind of just given a peripheral view of it. And as you're glancing, he goes and changes something else. He goes, now comes the real fun. And he hits one dial and turns it, and a lens clips over, and as it does, the blue goes to like a deep, deep cerulean navy blue. And you can just barely see the horizon at this point. It looks like twilight in the middle of the Hellcatch. You can just see the kind of the base outline of the surrounding mesa. But what you do see looks almost like an aurora borealis glow in the sky beyond you. This long kind of drifting, it's like a river of faint light just kind of drifting in the sky above. And you hear at the corner, at the back of your ear, Ira's voice, can you see it?
What am I looking at?
This is one of the ley lines that is drifting across Marquet.
Oh, fuck.
And this shifts the other side, and you see two distant ones that are kind of like kind of shifting in space near each other. You can it's ever so faint, and then it clicks in closer. You hear with each click, your vision like jumps 10 miles. 10 miles. It like is pushing extended distances. Straight up. And then it clicks the lens again, and there you can see beyond the edge of the mountains that go outside of the Hellcatch Valley and beyond a gentle series of threads, like 3 more of these ley lines that are kind of woven together to a nexus point that's kind of drifting over some sort of a dark jungle. From this point, we can see all sorts of interesting things. Now this, and he clicks, and you watch as the whole thing kind of bends upward out of sight,
and your vision shifts rapidly into darkness.
Sorry.
Gently. Until you see a small, red, spherical object. The red moon of Ruidus in the center of your vision. Now, what can you see?
Well, I think it looks like Ruidus, but a little bigger. What do I see?
Roll perception check.
Come on. This is the whole
I
campaign
know.
here.
I know.
Campaign.
Everybody's counting on
It's
you.
like when Imogen biffed it that first time.
Crazy roll.
And oh man, that's not good. 7. It's not
7.
good.
Well,
It was a crazy roll.
you focus in, and you can see in a moment of clarity the texture of the red moon. It looks almost like it's swirling clouds of red. Like someone had thrown glitter in a pool of blood and just let it swirl.
Whoa.
And it's slowly the texture shifting. And the more you try and focus, the more your brain blurs over. The more like you start, it almost feels like drowsiness, but not. And you recall looking through the telescope when you were north of Drusar, and there was a faint element that you couldn't get as clear a vision necessarily of it then, but you kind of got a bit of a headache looking at it for a little too long. And here you're at this close-up, this very crisp image. It's almost like you start losing focus and your thoughts begin to wander once you begin to focus too hard on it.
I'm sorry. I lost a lot of blood today. I'm still a little out of it.
It disengages from your face, and he pulls back. So that's where we've been. There are many things we could see with this, but now that you've brought this to us, and he kind of leaps and claps onto the side of it, holding on, reaches into his pocket and pulls out the lens. I'm going to get to work. He reaches over with his foot, and you notice at this point he's not wearing any boots. He has these long, thin feet and these prehensile toes that just kind of grab his goggles.
Two? Just 2 of them?
2.
No.
Pulls it up and puts the lens away, puts his goggles back on. Enjoy your lunch. Rest. Soon enough, maybe we'll see something else. And then leaps up at the side, and you immediately hear the sound of bolts being untightened, of metal being shifted, and he is in the process of beginning the installation of the weave lens that you acquired from Morgan.
Is there a crown of tides visible in this apparatus?
Make a perception check.
There's just a tiara that's
cacked.
Yeah.
Not great. 16.
16. There's a lot of weird little lights and glowing bits to it, but nothing that seems like a crown is visible.
Are there desks, tables around? Is there any mess?
Oh, there's all manner of table, and it is cluttered in here. It's reminiscent of Imahar's shop to a certain point, but a little less with an intent of presentory to a shopping populace. It is a ragged warehouse or a garage with a giant project in the middle of it.
Anything that looks expensive, magical, small, gem-like maybe? I don't know. Weird rocks.
I mean, there's plenty. There are a number of different sizes of the spherical arcane crystals that you noticed both in Imahar's shop and that Birdie had been picking up that are affixed and installed all throughout this device. You can see them in clusters. You can see them embedded in places.
Oh, I mean, like even on the desks, like anything on the desk, like in the clutter, anything loose, like sitting around.
Nothing of like glowing or magical, but there are all manner of tools. There's scrap materials. You can see bits of carved stone, unfinished runes that are kind of just left out in the open.
Okay, nothing that exciting. Okay.
Make a perception check if you want.
Let's see what pops up. I say barely being able to see because I took my glasses off. 12. No.
12? Yeah, nothing's like quite catching your attention.
What did you see?
Just the moon? But I was able to see it in more detail than ever before, but I don't know, still looking at it, it just kind of gave me a little bit of a headache. Maybe you'll have better luck.
Well, maybe it'll come into focus when he installs that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just stick
What's the... What are you trying to accomplish by building this? What are you trying to see?
So, here's the thing. We're hoping to figure out the nature of what's keeping us from finding out its nature, so we can try and prevent whatever it's trying to do. That's not just a moon. There's some. I get the feeling there's something malevolent, either around it, based around it, within it. I don't trust it.
Got any theories?
Kind of looks back up as Ira's working away. Reaches over and takes a chipped porcelain cup of tea that's probably gotten cold at this point. Takes a sip and pulls up a chair and kind of turns it around and leans on the front of it towards the rest of you. I don't know how much your mother's told you. We've been trying to figure out this dubious lunar nightmare since it showed up back home. You know, you were touched by its, what do they call it, flare. Well, when did you get here? You didn't even see it come in. And he glances past, and you see the extremely exhausted goblin kind of start walking into the chamber at this point.
Oh dear.
It has been quite a day, Ollie, but it is good to see you. It has been some time since mainly it has been Birdie coming into the town. Is this it? I've heard so much about it for so long. Oh yeah, no, we've been working on it for some time. I'm glad you're here. This is an auspicious time. Perhaps tonight we'll get what we want out of this. Anyway, sorry about the distraction there. So, Hondi has been a great help of trying to get information as beyond resources, if you will. We're not really well integrated here in Exandria, and so we have limitations in what we have access to. But Hondi has been very well involved with a lot of folks up in some higher levels who have been seeing the same patterns we have, and a great bit of curiosity. So we've been sharing information and trying to build a network, but there's a lot of folks that don't believe, and some folks who almost seem actively working against us, which is even more frightening. So, has your mother told you about your birth?
Yes, she said I was born during one of these strange times.
Right, we were laying low in Exandria after a bit of a fun excursion we had in the Fae. Sometimes it's easy to jump over here and just lay low for a while, so folks get calm and simmer down before you return. And then bygones be bygones, or they just forget about it and it's fine. But yeah, it was just a strange thing. Didn't think much of it until a few years after that, and several years later, in the outskirts of the Fae realm, it just showed up in one of the shaded regions. Now, you were too young to really tell much about this, but I have from my mother what she calls the squint. I get little glimpses of possibilities when I'm in danger. Little flashes of choices, and pick the better one. It's what kind of kept us so good at the work we did. It's like it's like a faint oracle touch, whatever you want to call it. Like different folks, different things for it. But some folks go into a pious realm with this sort of sight. Don't believe any of that shit, and I just sort of use it to make some change and do some business. It's done real well for me since I was young. But they usually just tease as flashes, enough to get out of trouble. But when I saw that red moon invading our sky, I had more than a squint. It was a full vision. I saw the red light of that moon widening like a hungry mist, decaying the life and green from our homeland, leaving dust and dull red light in its wake. I saw our home crumble. I saw what was Birdie's silhouette standing in the center of the light, unmoving, reaching for it before it took us all. But looking at you now, I'm not sure it was her silhouette. Anyway, it shook me for days, and we worried we had somehow brought it here with us because of you, and we knew we had to do something or run. So we sought aid from the courts. We had a less than stellar reputation with all sides. So we ran out of options quickly. We returned home to find the moon seemingly gone suddenly and thought maybe our problems were gone. Maybe it just took care of itself, but there was something still itching, like I couldn't scratch it. No relief. And that was when an unsilly agent came to us. Threatened us, said not to speak to anyone about what we saw. We knew there had to be more to the story, so we followed them back to the Sablecast grounds outside of the Unseelie. And there, we pierced the veil of an illusion they put up and saw that red moon still hanging the day as long as when we saw it there. Don't know why they're keeping it under wraps, but I don't know. Seeing it unfettered by dark fey illusion, there was a cabal of their agents there, conspiring with the Xandrian military. I know they had like an eager energy to them, like a devious intent. I just felt it. They were building something. Couldn't trust it. And you know, we do what we do best. We see something we want, we take it. Your mother and I, we kind of snuck in to their operation. We stole something that looked real important from the center of it. Didn't know what it was at the time. And then we ran. And we took it to Morrigan to figure out what it was. She told us something a bit more important than we anticipated. And we knew they'd be after us. Couldn't think of a better place to keep you safe than with the old Fate Stitcher herself. No one's going to come into her land. Not looking for you, anyway. So,
That's true. It's pretty safe there.
Yeah. No one's gonna encroach the old hag and come up right after rain after that, so we're,
No.
Said she'd take care of you. Promised it. She and Birdie had kind of an amicable past, so she said we could trust her. We knew we were gonna come back. I'm sorry it's been so long.
It's all right.
But, that's kind of why we reached out to Irie here when we came out here. We had no other contacts that would listen to us.
Wow. That's a lot of information.
Birdie said Odahan was in that meeting. The woman that we saw in town. But didn't you say she had something on her back?
Oh, that's right.
What was it?
It was like a metal something or other, like a there were vials in it or something.
Tubes or cylinders.
Tubes or cylinders or something. I don't quite know what it is.
Does that sound familiar to you?
Attached to her? Or
I think she
no?
was just
She was just wearing it or carrying it?
I mean, maybe attached
Yeah,
somehow, but
that's what I drew.
It was a
oh
jetpack.
yeah,
Yes.
the jetpack. Yeah.
Jetpack. All right.
So, my friend Imogen here, she has, in some ways, a visions, maybe a squints, but in her dreams.
Potentially, I don't see into the future so much as I sort of feel like I might be. This is dumb. I sort of feel like I might be on Ruidus or something.
sometimes it's like this this red storm sort of overtakes everything, and when we looked at the moon through another telescope that we found, well, those storms looked mighty familiar.
And see, these keep growing every time she has a dream.
Hey, Auntie, is this all familiar to you? Do you know anything about this? He kind of crawls over mine. Elements of it seem very familiar. We discussed a bit, but I believe this one here might be one of the special Ruidisborn that I'd mentioned before. There've been an influx of various Ruidisborn, not just an escalating amount in recent generations, but last contact I had with one of my compatriots, the Verities, says that there have been a strangely large number of Ruidisborn arriving in Eos, asking about things.
So they're being called to it as well?
Perhaps.
Also, by a large number, are you talking about like dozens or hundreds or?
Just maybe about a dozen or so. But they
have similar visions and dreams?
Well, they feel compelled to come find any information they can about where they're from. Some of them have spoken of similar dreams. Some of them are just aware of their Ruidisborn nature by their own history. And
Ollie, you saw mortals, Exandrians,
I say? Yeah.
What can you tell us about the people you saw?
Well, one of them, Birdie's seen around Bassaris a few times. Otan, which I heard you mention the name. It's kind of a dangerous-looking woman. I hear she's quite a figure around these places. The other was I got a pretty good look at him. It's like an older elven man, long kind of white silver hair, dressed in kind of like a grey and blues, carried a cane.
Does that sound familiar to any of us?
Yeah, it does. He was with Otahan. They were the
Oh, he's the one that walked
Gray
up with
Assassins.
Yeah, this is what Birdie told us a bit about this previously.
Right.
So we're getting
Okay, so we actually saw him though next to her.
Oh no,
town?
you do not. You do not see this
just
figure.
recounted by
This was
Birdie.
just Birdie
Okay.
mentioned it, and he's also mentioned it.
I was just hoping to get a little.
Blue and gray. Does like any of those? I don't know.
It's hard to say. I didn't get a great look at the color. Look grey, look blue. You know, it's some of the twilight of the sable grounds.
Fucking babe.
But well on in years, in elven years.
Best I can tell, elves don't really, age like most of your folk do.
They age slower.
I'm aware. Yeah.
But even from, I'm rather spry as far as elven years go, and this one, had an air of history around them. If that makes sense.
Yes, sir. Just the two, or was there?
I was just the two of them present, but they were definitely not Fey-bound.
In meeting with members of the Unseelie Court.
Aye, that's true.
Birdie makes it seem like your intentions are good here. By your own admission, you have a bit of a checkered past.
Yeah, well, depends on who's asking, let's be honest. Everything's relative perspective-wise,
We're friends of your daughter. No judgment. Not too much.
If you're worried about what we're trying to do with this thing, to clarify your earlier question, we want to know what it is and what it's trying to do before something happens. Andy here has mentioned that there's a sort of an event happening soon. Ira's mentioning these ley lines shifting, and it feels like time's been ticking down for years now. All these things kind of lining up, pushing this one direction, and We've just been trying to find the networks of folks we can trust. And if we have a chance, stop it.
Because you're concerned. I think I believe you, sir, about your intentions. Great. I'm just wondering what your feeling is for your partner here, what you knew about him before all this, and what you think his intentions are. Same as yours, or...
Well, he can hear us.
I assume.
And I'm not unabashed in my opinion of him. He's not a gracious figure, usually. He's done some pretty terrible things.
We've seen firsthand.
Would have been really awkward if, instead of showing up, he showed up one day wearing your daughter's skin as an overcoat. That would have gone over. That would have been a faux pas.
And you hear from the back chamber like, that would indeed have been a faux pas. Not friends and family. That's only for acquaintances.
I made an amazing mask of your face, by the way. It's beautiful.
His head. Show me.
I'll show you later.
Good.
No, it's in the fucking
hole.
It's in the hole.
It's in the hole.
Yeah, look. We didn't go to him because we wanted to. We went to him because we didn't know anyone else in Exandria. Really, Not at least that could get us answers. I mean, you can ask him, and he points over, and Ira slowly curls around the corner and kind of pulls the goggles up a bit and goes, I had grown weary of such post-war times, as my innumerable talents no longer are of use to those who once paid me so handsomely for my work. And, between a wild that bored me and a world that forgot me, I was restless. When these two found me, well, they were clutching unseelie secrets and speaking a prophecy of terrible portent, and it aligned with my own noticing of these Rudian flares. And yes, I've done many impulsive and selfish things, but it seemed interesting enough to pursue.
That's it.
Sorry.
No, sorry. That's all you get out of this? Intellectual curiosity?
Well, if you destroy everything, how am I to play with it?
I would like to insight check.
Make an insight check.
Okay.
How do we know you're not just gonna take advantage of whatever power you find and betray everyone?
Just like the unseelie cord.
You don't?
I'm gonna join the insight check.
18.
18?
Not as good as 18, I don't think.
Can't insight check a crazy person.
Okay.
And if you roll high enough.
Whispers.
Oh, well, all right.
Whispers. These whispers are brought to you by... I did both of these already.
You did.
I should have done this one now.
Yeah, you really
and this
should have.
one earlier. D&D Beyond exists still.
Yes, it does.
Whiz Kids still
exists. Yeah.
Yep.
Good for them.
They lasted
honestly.
the whole show.
Check them out.
Good for them.
Check them out at their respective links, which are right here.
Those kids can do anything.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
No, I don't think
Okay.
You don't have to trust me. But if you stop me, then what do you learn?
What your insides look like. That's right, bitch, I'm back!
Why are you covered in dust?
Fuck, the trail went forever. I don't know how you guys haven't been found out. It was just 2 fucking heel drags straight to the cave.
It's our tiny naked woven friend. How
Yeah,
nice to see
right.
you again.
You like what you smell, don't you? Don't you?
He climbs back up to get back to work with the final phrase that goes out as he gets back to his assignment. You don't have to trust me. Just let me work.
Are we fighting?
No.
I have a new goal.
What's your new goal?
I want to have a drink with that person. I'm very interested.
Shut up.
Whoa. Whoa. Hey.
I want to have a drink with him first.
Oh, shit.
I thought it first. I just didn't tell you.
Maybe it can just be like a pretty situation, you know, both of you at the same time.
Double date.
All right, I'm down.
I think
They wanna fuck the
They want
dog.
to fuck Spider-Man.
Could come to that. We don't know.
Did you find the keeper of the Moontide's crown? The crown thing in the telescope?
No, they look. I think Orem looked or something.
It looks like chaos. It's just a lot of metal.
Looks like
cables.
jazz.
Isn't Ollie in here?
Yes.
Yeah, all these
Looks
are
like
here.
jazz.
Hi, is there a crown in your machine?
There is, yeah. It's the heart of it.
What's it look like?
Looks like a crown.
Like a on your head? It's not some play on words?
No, it's an actual crown. It's a kind of silvery, kind of gossamer crown made partially of metals, partially of like an immaterial crystal. It's hard to miss when you see it.
Does it do anything on its own?
I mean, I put it on because it's what you do when you steal a crown. You put it on.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
I know.
And?
It does some pretty interesting things. I had access to some magics I'd never had before. Had some fun with that. My night vision was impeccable, and I had a strong connection to the sky above. I always knew where I was. Always knew where they were. And I could draw magic from the moon.
The moons?
Both of them.
Whoa.
Perception alterations, like the things you saw, the things you felt.
Illusions, and some of it a little more violent if I wanted it to.
You had the look. I know that look.
I came in late, but I think I remember Birdie saying that you guys took the crown from something that was being used by the Unseelie in the Fey realm, right? What were they using it for, and what was the machine? Do you know?
I have no idea. We didn't have time. I don't know machinery. I mean, if Arrow was with us, he probably could have seen it, but we just took it and ran. It just looked important. We wanted to disable it, or...
Was it doing something?
No, they were still building it.
So you walked up to a piece of machinery that was just out there, and you went and grabbed the silvery bit out of the middle of it and ran.
Right?
Tracks with me, actually.
Huh.
Well, yeah. That's kind of track.
If you don't mind my...
Literally seen her grab the silvery bit of people and run.
If you don't mind my asking, how did you and Birdie meet, sir?
That's a great question.
That's a good story. I was youngish, I'd say. I was kind of a wandering troupe of singers that were just passing through some of the, grass-sharded glades there in the Feywild, and we just, we used the music as a way to assuage some of the more temperamental parts of the realm. Made some good cash that way when tangles became an issue with the locals, and while we were there, we'd, fleece them a bit if they weren't paying attention, but, kept it fun, kept it light. Even if they found out, they'd be angry a bit, but we'd laugh it off and have a drink, and, just kind of a gentle way of life.
Do you still sing?
I mean, I haven't sung much except to my lady in a bit, but...
Oh my gosh, maybe later. Get a little
Get a couple
sample.
glasses of wine and maybe I could sing for you. But I'm a bit rusty. Anyway, we were running a good thing for a while, and then there was one small village that I got out fleeced. There was this young girl, bright and beautiful, just vibrant as the day is long, bubbly, and she took me for everything I was worth. And I was angry for a second, and then we laughed it off over a few drinks, and I realized I loved her. So I asked her to come with me, and she went, no. And she asked me to come with her, and I said, yeah. So I left the troop, stayed back. We had some good times just wandering, finding adventure, messing with others, and then I guess the rest is history.
Wow. I wish I could have been with you guys and more.
just out of just out of curiosity, how many years ago was that you met?
You met Birdie?
Yes.
Well, that's about 11, 12 years in the calendar.
Oh. So you've been here for 6 years.
A little over 6, yeah, I think so. Although it's kind of hard to keep. It's right, we have to keep asking this fella for his calendar.
How does that work?
What?
There just seems to be a bit of like a weird timeline discrepancy because you see here, as Fern says, she is pretty certain she's 120 years old, and you seem to think that she's definitely not that.
Yeah, like
By your
6.
logic, she's 6 years old.
Well, no, then they were
no,
here
we
for
left
6
her behind.
years.
She was still a young girl. She wasn't that young.
Oh, sorry, 9.
All right.
Age was a little fuzzy, but yeah.
I thought. I mean, I was going to say you look a bit old for like 14.
What?
But look. Magic between the fairy realm can get a bit strange, but even that seems a bit extreme. And at which point you hear the voice of Ira kind of echoing from the other side of the device go, "Well, you left her with Morrigan. She's a collector of things. And if she knew she had limited time, she may have stretched it for all it's worth. Wouldn't be the first time."
Wouldn't be the first time. What does that mean?
Yes, Birdie mentioned. Oh, is Birdie here? Did she come back with you?
No, I left her out in the desert.
Oh, fuck!
Well, skirmisher that came by and it was kill or be killed.
You
Just lagging behind. Yeah, it's just common survival. I'm sorry.
It's about the time
move on.
that Birdie comes in with a tray of gathered, a complete interesting scattering of different cups and dishware. No continuous themes. As well as some warm refreshment that she seems to have prepared and kind of comes out. Hi everyone, sorry it took us a while to go ahead and clean up our path here. Everyone doing okay? Everyone, I brought some tea, some mead.
Oh, that sounds good. Yep,
fair enough.
that one. Yep, that one.
You serve yourself.
Sure.
She sets it down on the tables.
No, you for.
All right, fine. Yeah, okay. Okay.
You went unconscious. You got the.
I will say, I really do love Maury, and have grown up with her as my grandmother, so I am very grateful for her, and I do love her very much. And I know time is a weird thing where we're from, and it's okay.
You see Ollie looks over to Birdie and they kind of look at each other, the sad face, and kind of glances back towards you. Fun. If what Ira's insinuating is true, I'm so sorry. I didn't think she'd steal away time like that. I mean, in hindsight, maybe we should have. She's, like the rest of us, hard to gauge. Get a bead on impulsive beings that we are.
I don't think I am, though. I'm pretty,
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty.
You're missing out on some fun in the process, but
I'm just kidding.
You're a jokester, like your mother.
People call me a little comedian.
Do they?
Yeah, I've done some stand-up, so.
Wow, that's bold, that's brave. I did that once, I bombed real hard. It just...
Yeah, well.
Stand-up, really?
Well, whatever it's called out here.
More like storytelling or like setups and punchlines?
Just like story time. And, it's I threw together some sketches.
Oh,
yeah, back in the day.
With the Grindlings or the Upright Sealy Brigade? Or
Fuck you.
Wow, really? That quick? That quick?
How did you do that so fast?
God damn it.
Psychic damage was an AoE on that one. That was...
Wow.
Literally UCB.
Sealy Brigade. Oh my god.
Wow.
I like it.
Don't feel good.
It's strange because I I feel like in some ways I don't know you both, but I do. In some ways, we're very similar.
I know. And look, and I think your mother would back me up on this. We did what we did because we felt it was the only way to keep you safe. I'm not proud of it. And I'm just sorry.
Well, I'm still here, so I guess it worked.
I suppose. Hopefully, looks back up, kind of towards the top of the telescope. If we can somehow manage to get past all this, okay, maybe we can make up for lost time.
I would love that. It's strange that I'm so much taller than you both.
Yeah. There's stranger things out there.
That's for sure.
I mean, your caretaker was a tall one.
Very tall. Very, very tall.
How tall?
She's
tall is
probably...
13, 14
Yeah, I was gonna say
maybe?
15, maybe 14.
Excuse me? How do you get height from someone who's not related to you?
Maybe she just, with time, made me grow a little bit.
Encouragement?
Encouragement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
likes
sounds
to stretch
very
things
powerful.
out, right?
She likes to stretch things out real far.
You know, Fern's told us a little bit about Maury, but what was Maury like before Fern?
Yeah, I've not spoken of her much. She's, like us, one of those outlier fae. She keeps to herself. She's kind of a collector of sorts. She plays guardian to one of her own fanes, place of power, and she does favors for those who ask in exchange for things to add to her collection.
Completely outside the court.
Aye. She's what you'd call, crone, hag. All sorts of other types in that realm take variations of that, but she has no coven. She's a stranger in her own right. Don't know how old she's been. She's always been around since I have.
Fate Stitcher is quite the title.
One of many.
And y'all thought she would be great to take care of your daughter.
Well, she's wonderful.
It seemed to work out okay for the most part. I mean, there could have been worse choices. Trust me.
So-
Like points up towards Ira.
Sure.
And I have a question. So, in order for Maury to do favors, you have to give her something.
Aye.
Oh. Was I something that you gave for a favor?
Well, no, we did. And he looks over his shoulder up towards Ira, who's in the process of installing the weave lens. You can see him kind of clutching the green circle of glass off to one side as he's like pulling aside bits and beginning to install it. And you see Ollie's face just go pale. Looks over at Birdie, and she like sits down in a chair.
Oh. This adds a bit of a wrinkle to the story.
What? And Birdie kind of looks at Fern. There wasn't like an exchange. Ira, you said that she would make this for us, right? Right? And you hear in the back the voice go, and with that, it's done. Closes it. Gets scroll down. Who would like to take the first look now that it's complete?
You can raise your hand
Yeah.
higher.
Maybe
I would like to.
Step right up, my dear.
It's okay. Go look.
I'm gonna go sit with Fern.
Yes, I'll flank Fern with FCG and just kind of rub
Goes
her
and, like,
shoulder a little.
adjusts some of the knobs on the side, clinks down a couple of lenses, reaches up with this long arm, this impossibly long arm, and hits this small, like, switch, this pulley switch. And the glass where it sits, where the mask that puts over your face that's dark, suddenly gets a layer of dull green light across it.
Does this give you a headache, Ira?
Every time.
Is something gonna happen to her?
I don't think so. Not if I built everything right. Would you prefer me to look first?
No.
Friend, you should really ask why the Unseelie Court asked your parents to stop building the telescope the first time.
What? What should you ask? I didn't hear it. What did you say?
Were you building the telescope the first time?
So, who are you saying this to? This is to...
First time. Ollie.
What?
What?
No.
Am I understanding you correctly, Chet?
Well, look, when people have holes in their story, it usually means they're just leaving out the most important parts. No offense, Ollie, but I mean, you see the Unseelie Court's building a machine that looks like this, but you don't know what it did. So you ran up and you stole the shiny piece right out of the middle of it, and then came over here and built the same thing.
We didn't build the same thing.
What was the Unseelie Court building?
I don't know.
Who does?
Probably those who were there meeting with them.
How do you know you're not building the same thing? If you don't know what it was.
And why do they want the crown back so bad?
Ira, what we building? And Ira's still there, just holding Imogen. Kind of gently pushes her face into the mass. As you glance through the light, you see before you the green sheen across what is almost a dark, universal sky, speckled with stars. And there in the center is the slightly muddied red of Ruidus, the familiar sight, both in your dreams and previous viewing through a telescopic-like device. But there's something you've never seen before around it. There is a shape that encompasses it, clear as day, like a field of energy, like something that encapsulates it. Not unlike some of the magical force fields and such that you've learned to generate and create, but it completely encases it. And it has a texture like a lattice weave, like an extremely powerful gathering of different magical threads that create this textured fence-like weave that just seals it off
Does
entirely.
it look like the ley lines all the way around it, or does it look more like a cage?
It looks more like a cage, is the best way I can describe it. And it doesn't look quite like ley line energy. It looks like strong, distinct, unlike something you've seen before.
While she's looking, I'm gonna just bind with her. Just do with
Sympathetic
Imogen.
bind?
Yeah, and I'm gonna give her a bonded blessing, just in case she needs a little extra boost of something.
You got it.
Orm's going to take a couple of small steps closer to the two of them by the telescope, just to be closer.
Yep, just going to help start flanking that.
There's something being kept up there. It's a prison.
What do you see? Tell me.
I see a god that can't get out. Am I right?
It's the first time hearing of it.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
Oh yeah, come on, FCG.
Insight check too.
16.
Sure, if you'd like to. Hard to read.
Hard to read.
24.
He lets him
24.
I know.
Yeah.
Because he already knows.
No.
Yeah. Just gotta hold this up. I don't have to do anything. I can just.
like you
They can just read it.
Okay. Put it in the battle cam.
Yeah.
There you go.
An imprisoned god, you say? Interesting. Kind of peeks up past your head over towards Ollie and Birdie and Hondir. And they all kind of look fearful and taken aback by it.
Does it look like I see any breaks in that weave? Do I see anything that looks weaker or open? Yeah, I want to see.
Make a perception check.
Are you gonna? My hair is
You
standing
have
up.
a D6 if you want to use it.
Enhance.
It looks familiar.
Or it's
said
unlike
it looks-
anything I've seen.
Unlike anything you've ever
Unlike
seen.
it. Isn't that what that happened the last time? That happened the last time.
You can't reach your B die. Oh yeah, she did.
I woofed it.
completely
You
woofed
get a
it.
D6.
Doesn't matter. It's a
Completely
1.
Yeah,
It's the
plus
same
6.
thing I did.
Plus 6.
The last time I looked, I got a 1 then too. That's
kind of
fate
magic,
right
though.
there.
So you
What does it mean?
focused on this. It's still a fresh sight. And as you look through it, the sense of a headache that was mentioned before by Ladna never takes root. And you swear there's something you're missing here.
Yeah. Orem.
Why are you so bad at using telescopes?
I don't know. I was because my glasses always bump into
that's what it is.
That's right. What?
Or do you need to shift the telescope?
I don't need to.
Shift it?
No, I rolled a 1. Is what I need. I need to not roll a 1.
Ira, do you not want to take a glance into your creation?
Oh, I'll have plenty of time. But you're guests, and you've come this far. It would be rude.
Well, you just work so hard, and you finally have this key item to.
If you tell me to, I won't say no. I was merely offering the invitation, if that's what you wanted.
I mean, I'm interested unless Fern's, got a hanker. Okay.
But Orem, how will you reach?
There's a little stool over there.
Oh, okay.
We wheel up.
Like the best Gizmo.cosplay you've ever seen.
Uh-huh.
I look back at Imogen.
It's fucked up.
I pat FCG. Want to help me out?
I'll pat you back and give you guidance.
Thank you. And I clutch the shield, and like always, I can just feel it slightly vibrate and just the vision sharpen. Here we go. Nope.
You gotta be fucking me.
Natural 20
Oh!
plus 1. So 21 plus 27.
You needed a 28.
It's on the Ruidus die too, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. You click in, and you're trying desperately to ignore the feeling of Ira's fingers kind of like wrapped around your shoulder as he sets you into the machine.
I'm 1/5 the size of that hand.
Yeah. Glancing in, he adjusts some of the elements. Does that help? Tell us what you see. And as you focus in, you see the same lattice shape. You kind of blink a bit. Roll a religion check for me.
Oh my god.
Religion? What?
Let's go.
Plus 1 of this. 8.
8.
Better than a one, though.
It's true. While the nature of this lattice-like field that contains the red moon evades you, your eyes catch a glint in the middle of the red storm. As like the device is scanning past the front of it. And it's moving away from it. Do you say anything?
I see a glint. Sure. I will reach out and grab Imogen's hand, which is right above me. I yank her over and duck my head down.
Okay.
Oh.
Is Iris still like turning the device and it's kind of like scanning past it?
Stop.
It clicks in a few more places and it gets in a little bit closer and pushes and you can see it straining. There's like the energies of all the orbs around it. You could see, for those of you who aren't in the device, they're now bright. And there is a vibrant hum in the chamber as it is drawing all the energy from these various orbs that have been collected and embedded within this machine. It's taking a lot of power to do what it's doing.
Orm also takes his hand with a sentinel shield on it, and I reach down and interlace hands with Imogen and clasp to try to send the vibration of that shield into her.
Now, you've seen a few storms in your time. Red clouds swirling angrily, aggressively, hungrily in your dreams, moving and consuming. Behind them, nothing but dust and shadow. As this device pushes past the layer of lattice, cage-like energy, pushing beyond the boundaries of your vision, the storm, clearer than it's ever been. You see it part for but a moment. And there's a city. And that's where we're in tonight's episode.
You can't do that! You can't do that!
What
is it?
What is it? Something just, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. What? Maybe when the cameras go off. I have an idea.
Wait,
I have an idea.
What do you mean when the cameras go off? This is what.
No, I know. Well, I do in case. No, I'm not even gonna tell anybody. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it.
Save it. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited to hear.
It's not that exciting, but.
The moon is
I'm
a
probably
gone
wrong.
prison.
Someone
We're going
built a
to
city
the
on
moon.
cheese, my
Going
God.
to the moon. Why are there keys
So.
on that?
You don't know.
I've been seeing your tankard in like 5 months. No, just 5.
All right, well, we'll pick up there next episode. Here, staring into
The
the...
moon always looks at the little moon. The little moon.
You build a character that sees everything.
Call it by its real name.
Roll 20, roll 20.
Oh man.
I don't know what that means.
Dude, we
Anyway.
can take a freaking rocket to the moon.
I kind of just want to go to the sun.
Last of Us was just a warm up.
There you go.
Really going.
Man, seeing Laudnay and anti-gravity would be pretty cool.
Just crazy hair.
Sorry,
Boy.
Little bits just crackling off and just slowly moving in a direction.
We played Dead Space.
Oh God, I love the Dead Space.
You do.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
We'll think on this shit. We'll be back to see where this goes next session we have. But in the interim, thank you so much for joining us. We love you very much. And is it Thursday? Good night.